Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Yes, my Kjeragandr, but my scientist has she hasn't graced me, unfortunately. But look who I got twice. It's like, wow. You know, I'm happy for getting more Silver Ash, but my scientist. I can do one more multi-pull, but my scientist. Hello. The extremely mixed feelings. I know I'm happy that I have him, but I wanted both. I want to be greedy. I want both. I want to collect the siblings. Hey, Cardigan. Hey, Bubble. Hi, Jessica. Oh gosh, if I get a third one of him before I get Enya, I'm gonna have such mixed feelings. Hey, Lava. Hey, Midnight. Hey, Rope. Hi, Click. Hi, Beagle. I'll wait for the event to end. Or me to finish the event, sorry. Yeah, let's get the other. Hello, it's showtime. And time to finish the event. Starting off with a proclamation. What people believe depends on what they see and hear. Thus, the art of deception is born. Happy birthday, Deception. And I'm just gonna go as is. Part of me was thinking of bringing a drink to my room, a special drink, but no, I put it in the fridge, aka my Thai iced tea, because just in case I spill it, I cannot risk spilling down my computer. The empty silence leaves one feeling colder than ever. The reporter's heavy bag slows her down, her footsteps upon the snow clear for all to hear. Less people than before, even here. Miss, sorry to bother you. Can I ask you a few questions? About? Right now, Carlin Trade. I'd rather not have to hear that name. Siotis needs to come out and go over why he signed those agreements already. Resources for development? What rubbish. How we got for our resources was a catastrophe. How's he gonna explain that, huh? Well, by the time the reporter finishes digesting the lady's angry words, she's already long since left with a swish of her cloak. Excuse me, sir.
Ah, you're one of those reporters from Victoria? Drag's not been the kindest place lately. Even us locals prefer holding up at home. You best take care.
It's time like these where I can't be afraid. Otherwise, I'm not fit to hold this camera. But thanks for the heads up anyhow. What I'd like to know is, how do you see Siotis right now, in your honest opinion?
Sorry miss. I think he's cheated Drag, but Victoria's worth doubting too. I've seen how big the changes here have been these past few years. If you said Siotis hasn't had any difficulty making those changes, then I say you're wrong. If only the great elder of the court could come out and say a few words, it'd all be fine.
That didn't sound good. A stone flies right past the tip of the reporter's nose, all of a sudden, smashing the store window behind her. Eek! Get out, Drag, Victorian scum! Siotis, the Vine Court, us. We've all got nothing to do with you. Still got the stones to take pictures. Get the fan off her land already. And Siotis skills too, as a vanguard reduces the DP points for your operators. What can become 20 DP points to deploy. It can be one digit number to 0. Ooh! Okay, that's actually really good. Nothing has left her with complicated feelings more than this moment. She has seen the ordinary people of Shrek slowly become more mistrustful, more on edge. Yet she's also seen once trusted members of the camera crew sneak into her room to inspect her drafts and camera over and over. Hello, I'm enjoying the story. Though it's intense, it's very intense. As the man picks up yet another stone, she bows goodbye to the interviewee and runs away from the scene. It seems her only choice is to escape, but escape to where? Are you Victorian, miss? Hello there. Do you hate Victoria? Wow. What an ad to get. Nope, I don't. A dirty little hand reaches out to her with a piece of stale Victorian bread sitting in the palm. But my papa told me to throw these all away. He said we wouldn't have any Victorian charity in our house. Then... But your Kjeragandr taught us to love our neighbors and repeat kindness with kindness. So I want to give it back to you. As she watches the child hurry away, the reporter feels as if the dry bread in her hand is choking her throat. Her eyelids tremble and she clenches her teeth. Well, that didn't sound good either. Get her in the car, don't let anyone see. That's the last thing she remembers hearing before she loses consciousness. Uh-oh. Who kidnapped her? Hey, Harold.
Sorry for bothering you with yet another visit, Mr. Silverash. Perhaps you would rather be seeing some other pretty face during all this hubbub. There is no need to be so humble. Drag is indebted to you for your care, and I'd hope for the chance to express my gratitude. Hardly. It seems my long-away return has left me awash with churning emotion once more. I would like nothing more than to be the bearer of good news every time I come over, before throwing my old bones into the mountains for some peace and quiet. But life is a fickle thing, and it demands we improvise, does it not? I do believe that you're here to give me some bad news, Lord Viscount, but not in the name of Castor. Humph, I'd rather not get mixed up with that old lady's affairs again.
I don't blame you, Harold. Like, sheesh, Castor is no.
Though based on what went on the last time I was here, it's her who doesn't want to get mixed up with me. With all that said, my lord. Ah yes, on to business. I know you're a busy man. I'm here to bid you farewell, Mr. Silverash. If the recent shift in public opinion against Victoria has troubled you, then I can. No, nothing of the sort. I had hoped against hope that old Castor was also reaching the age where she spoke from the heart. That tends to bring a bit of sweetness to the tongue, no? But as you can see, things have come to this. Though I may seem a dotard these days, I still find myself compelled to ask you one thing. Is there truly no other way? You know her plans involve more than just a few minds, my lord. From the moment she laid hands on Encia, this negotiation has become wholly unacceptable to me. So how do you plan to handle her? Are you really prepared to cross swords with her? You know better than I that if we do not keep the idea of crossing swords on the table, then Kjerag may as well already be in her pocket. Of course I do. What to say. Knowing how the old lady is, she will never let your little tiff go now that it's reached a stage. I truly am worried for you, Sir Otis. Whatever shall you do next? What is there to do but seize the opportunity? Since you have mentioned her, you're also an old acquaintance of her grace, are you not? Me? I hardly know her. A few years back, we chatted about family matters, and she'd always grumble to me about how none of the young casters were worth a damn. The less useful they turn out to be, the more hasty she gets in doing things. Who would have guessed that she was known as a complete enigma in her youth? At a brief encounter with her grace a decade or so ago, her grandeur strikes me even now. No need to butter her up to me. I'm fully aware that her high and mighty noble posturing is something that she can never change. No matter how many schemes are brewing behind the scenes, one must always keep one's face haughty and dignified. Well, that's that. I'm sure your people have more urgent things to trouble you with. I should be heading off right about now. This talk of ours has been productive, my lord. I hope I will have a more suitable opportunity in the future to invite you to drag. Couldn't ask her better. Yes. When you next see your Grace, by no means tell her that I've been calling her old behind her back. I would never, Lord Viscount. Attaboy.
That's the one thing he's worried about. Please don't tell her I called her old. She's gonna beat me up.
I, too, am really looking forward to the chance to visit Chirag again.
Yes, nobody saw us. It was no trouble, matriarch. Your request is my... I'll bring her over right away. Hey, wakey wakey! I was at...
Half a day's sleep not enough for ya. Get up. Our matriarch has things she wants to ask you.
What? Who brought me here? Humph, how long will it take you to learn a gentle touch?
I'm sorry. Matriarch.
Hi, Ratos. Hey, you awake yet? No thrashing about unless you feel like the ropes around your wrists aren't chafing enough. Ratos. Matriarch Ratos, I thought you were... Not a single burn on me. Real surprising, isn't it? When you get the chance, tell your colleagues that when dealing with the Browntails, best check the room for tricks. My colleagues? Be honest now, my little spy. What were you hoping to capture in that camera of yours all those days you were sneaking about? Wait, what? No, you misunderstand, madam. How could I be a spy? That's what all the other spies got said too. The guards rifle through the reporter's back and throw its contents onto the floor. The photos she's taken and developed the past few days. We wouldn't care much about you if you take pictures of local traditions or even patrolling guards. But you didn't hesitate before taking a bunch of pictures of the Phi-MD court. You even went to a few mountains, clicking that shutter of yours. Don't think I don't know anything. Matriarch Ratos, whether you believe me or not, I really am nothing more than a regular reporter. If I was a spy, why would I be walking around with all this evidence on me? With all the chaos going on right now, I could have easily given it all to my colleagues at the TV station. That's what you need to explain. Fact of the matter is, you were carrying a great deal of suspicious material, and had a very strange itinerary. How do I know you weren't trying to flee? Because I'm trying to protect that material. The Duke of Castor wants to control over public opinion. The news office sent people to join the camera crew, and they've been sneaking into my room to edit my pictures. If I didn't try to get away, most of them would be confiscated, maybe even used to misrepresent things here. Everything they do is to whitewash Victoria, trying to strong-arm its way into Chirag. If you think these pictures will be of any use to Chirag, you can have them all. Exactly! Like, one of the reasons why she seems so obsessed with her questions. Like, sure, she might not be a spy, but she needs to work on her tact. I just want you to release them, to let more people know what's going on here. It doesn't need Victoria's support, but real, actual help. That might be tricky. Isn't Yoda's able to take a call right now? He has more pressing matters to handle, so he sent me a support. After my lovely funeral, I handed the spies we captured over to him. According to agreements, he was supposed to send backup. And in the end, he only sent one woman. Even if she is the Black Knight. Not sure if I should call him generous or stingy here. So, what's his plan for dealing with Castor? We're still gathering information on our enemy. I was also sent here to help with your interrogations. The most critical thing to find out now is if this reporter has taken any photos of things in the mountains. Ah yes, our little friend here. I can untie your restraints, but first, you need to promise me. You answer all my questions, it sounds right to you. Oh gosh, it sounds so bad. Like, if you want to be a spy, don't be smelly, don't be stinky, you're gonna stand out too much. Ugh. Like, if it was good smells, that'd be kinda okay, but it's bad smells. Disgusting. Okay, I gotta be prepared for the enemy starting to come over. Okay, fine. You go here. Protect us all.
時間をかけるつもりはない。
20? Wait, oops. There you go. I just gotta make sure they don't go far enough so then that way
命令を無駄だ。
they won't get hurt. I'm paying attention to the weight. Ugh. Eat anything.
決まった。
What do they feed him if he smell that bad?
顔老物に過ぎぬな。
Because that's rather horrifying. Okay, that's good for placement. You go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. And now we're golden.
目を凝らせ。こう
Ta-da! Easy. Except the enemies aren't coming out fast enough and I'm wasting my specials. Come out, little bats. Come here. Come here. Okay, about a dozen left. Great Thorn Rule. Look at how great he is. So incredibly great. Okay, there's two more. Where are you? Ta-da! Getting CC? Interesting. No, I didn't buy any skins in the shop yet. Wow, we don't even know what's wrong with him, even if medical technology at the time was advanced enough to do a thorough autopsy. His corpse decayed almost immediately after death. Ugh. An empty office. Gnosis is unused to the site. He walks to his desk under his mug filled with steaming hot fresh coffee. I'm so jealous. It's a document with Ensiotis' signature.
Letter of appointment. Would it have killed you to come over to say goodbye? It is signed. You know how risky this is. Minerals and land are inseparable. We shall bypass the Phi-MD court and sign cooperative money agreements with the foreign nations ourselves. This will cause a lot of headaches for us in the future. If we do not pay them their pound of flesh now to close the gap, they shall simply demand much more from us later. This is the lowest price we are able to bear. Your calculations are rather optimistic, Ensiotis. And you've always been less optimistic than I am, no matter the topic. Which means most times you have been able to walk further than me. If it wasn't for that optimism of yours, I would never have had the confidence to take a single step in the darkness. Heh. It's been a long while since I heard such praise from you. Go. See your plans through, Gnosis.
The way to compliment each other.
Everyone from middle management and above is here. We can start the camera at any time. Begin recording. Yes, sir. What is today's announcement about? I've gathered you all here today to announce a major change in personnel. As of today, Ensiotis Silverash will no longer serve as chairman and CEO of Carlin Trade. Ensiotis admits all responsibility for the recent occupational incidents and has resigned. The board of directors has already ratified his request. At the same time, the board has decided that I, Gnosis Edelweiss, shall take over all of Ensiotis' duties. Now allow me to make the first proclamation of Carlin Trade's new era as a representative of the board, to all of our colleagues, and to the people of Trag.
Dang, congratulations, Gnosis.
Carlin Trade shall be ceasing all collaboration with Victoria. As for the many past agreements that Enceotis insisted on signing, they shall all be temporarily paused until the board has decided on further courses of action. At this extraordinary time, I ask all of our colleagues who work hard at their posts to keep the development of Chirag at the forefront of their minds and to sweep away the lingering problems of the past. Chirag needs us.
I would say, look, now he's Silver Ash the unemployed, but no, he still has the Silver Ash clan.
Wake up. We're here for a shift. Sure took your time. First time we've been here. Hard to find the place. This lot's been much trouble. Most of them aren't talking much. Just mind the lead geezer. Which one's he? Isn't the Phi-MD court all geezers?
Everyone burst out in laughter before heading off, leaving just the 2 guards to take their shift.
You should ease it up a bit. How could you disrespect the elders like that? You're from Chirag too, right? Still sticking up for him. It was this bunch of Shistrak who got us into this mess. Shut it, you got a death wish? The 2 guards look towards Elder Adzo as he sits within his cell. He's focused on the thick tome in his hands, playing with the corner of the page as he thinks. All's good. What are you so afraid of? They've been talking big for centuries now, but it's not like the courts managed to flip Chirag upside down, have they? With the Vikars of Kjeragandr, even if you don't respect the elders, you should still respect her. What's the court done that a guy like me needs to respect them? When my mom was sick, the clerics picked up some grass for her to eat, made me pray to the grass, saying that it would bring Kjeragandr's protection. In the end, we brought her to one of Carlin Trade's doctors. He told me if we had kept going on with the cleric's treatment plan, she wouldn't have lasted another day. I see the real Vikar is Sir Enceotis. The scholar known as Jurgen was an ardent follower of her and did much good. Out of resentment, evil men accused him of stealing courtly coin, and he was to be put to death a few days hence. Jurgen's limbs were bound tight, and at night, he heard the chattering of soldiers' swords. He knew his death was near, and in his heart, he was anguished. Guess I found which geezer to look out for.
The guard raises his baton as he approaches Adzo's cell, striking the bars over and over. Adzo does not stop his recitation as he looks at the guard calmly.
Hey, Greybeard, shut your mouth while you're in the cell. Think about how you're going to explain all of your sins to Kjeragandr when you meet her. Jurgen looked up but saw no light. In his futility, he knelt upon the straw lining his cell in supplication to her. O righteous Kjeragandr, have I not done good in your name? Have I not sought truth in your name? Do good men die in your kingdom while the unjust gain salvation? Why do the lawmakers only hear absurd falsities? Why do the people I save stand in unspeaking silence? Shistrak, have you no shame, you traitor? I'm going to teach you a lesson.
The guard puts his baton away before taking out his key to open the cell door, though it keeps missing the keyhole as his right hand trembles in rage.
O Kjeragandr, though my body be trapped in Gaul, my soul still seeks your mercy. Both my eyes can still see, and my ears can still hear. Stretch out your righteous hands to me. I swear, today is going to be the last day you can even open a copy of the Kjeragandr.
Oh. Bonked.
What have I done? I heard another guard. You've done well, my child. Our divine duty is not limited to the 3 clans, the Saintess, or the Phi-MD court. All children of Chirag must be ready to carry out her will at any time, just like you did. I remember Jurgen the Confessor. When I was young, I was lost in the snowy mountains. Just as I was about to black out, a cleric saved me. When we were on his burden beast, he took off his coat and wrapped it tight around me, telling me a story of Jurgen, and how Kjeragandr will save all the innocents. Where are the other clerics from prison, my child? Nearby. Find an opportunity to free them, let them escape, then save yourself. Conflict brews atop the mountains. The Phi-MD court shall rebuild everything upon the ruins. Allow me to tell you the end of the tale of Jurgen, the Confessor.
Really, dude, you're gonna let the old men go? What about the trial? It was supposed to be a fair trial.
Halt! Don't force my hand, Grand Elder. Great Elder. We are armed, and we will not allow anyone to leave. I will walk by you. If you insist on using bows and crossbows to run counter to your will, then aim at your own hearts. Try it. You.
The guards who rush over look at their comrades with raised eyebrows as they form two lines. Many of them have chosen to stow their weapons, opening up a narrow passage. Atsu lowers his head as he walks to the guards, leaving behind faint footprints in the snow. As the words left Jurgen's mouth, the entire gale began to sway, as wind and snow entered through the cracks. The walls around the imprisoned devotee were as rotten trees, shattering into the dust as his body was enveloped in blinding light. The soldiers were thrown to the ground, their weapons shattered, but they themselves were unharmed. They prostrated themselves at Jurgen's feet, weeping as they confessed their sins. Jurgen the Confessor then walked the lands of the three clans, preaching this miracle the rest of his life. And thus, Kjeragandr stretches her hand to those who were called for her, to enact her justice. Oh, they let her get pretty far. She slowly lost all sensation in her joints as her shoes sink into the soft snow, step after step, yet her legs do not stop moving, even as she gulps lungfuls of frigid air. Who's... There's a vague shape of people in the distance. They draw close to her, but the lights flashing before her eyes make her unable to recognize them. You... She actually got out.
We've been ordered to receive you, Madame Caroline. Though there should be others with you here.
They got taken by the locals.
Then, are there any issues with the intelligence?
You can tell Her Grace that the power hiding behind Chirag has disappeared. I've observed and recorded the fall of some extraterrestrial object to the surface. The ensuing catastrophe is further proof of my conclusion. Whether it's the energy field theory or the Phi-MD hypothesis, it explains the changes that happened to Chirag. Take this folder. All my research into several hypotheses about Chirag is in it. You can... What the?
I'm terribly sorry, madam. Did you really believe you could hide your personal communications with the Mayliner Foundation from us? Her Grace has asked us to bring back only the data. I believe she is very interested in the fact that Chirag has lost its protection.
You... Extraterrestrial objects, Phi-MD legends. There's still so many marvelous things we don't know the truth about across this great land. But all you care about is deception, robbery, and murder. Everything else is worthless to you. If I didn't need you to escape from Chirag, I would never work with people like you.
I shall pass on your complaint to Your Grace verbatim. Goodbye, madam. Thank you for your patriotic service.
She sighs deeply, unsure of whom she's actually feeling sorry for. Well...
A smoke grenade? Enemy attack. Look for cover.
The night is enveloped in smoke and gunfire, leaving the snowfield in utter chaos. At least, until a black off-roader courses out of the smoke. In its wake are the Victorian agents, futilely shooting at the vehicle as it drives into the distance. So that's what they were waiting for. Oh wait, never mind, it's not. It's these guys, okay.
Sorry to put you through that, Caroline. Had to take our time so the Victorians wouldn't spot us. Got all your stuff?
She lowers her head, pulling out the marked file on the extraterrestrial object from the various documents before handing it to the agent sitting in the front seat. So, when can I start my research?
No need to be so hasty, miss. My boss wants to have a chat with you first. He's really interested in hearing what you're studying. I think you'll be working with us for a long, long time.
Caroline nods her head before she suddenly realizes something. She never had the chance to actually hand over Victoria's Chirag report. She rolls down the car window, heedless of the cold wind blowing in. She takes out the papers she so painstakingly wrote in Chirag, one after the other, and throws them out the window with nary a moment's hesitation. Wow. The paper is all the more white under the black night, like fresh snow falling upon the winds, the wilds. They spin through the air, buoyed by cold wind and political maelstrom both. Here's your things back, Victoria. Yeah, she fits a lot more in with Columbia.
この私ですら胸の高鳴りを感じたほど
Road of the Heartseekers. The path of the righteous is narrow, fought with hardship and snowstorms, with fiends and terrors, for the heart has never been readily found, for the heart is forged through countless trials. Hello again, Ratos. So according to you, the Duke Caster has had her spies embedded in Chirag for a long, long time. And it's all to prepare for a future annexation? But how is she going to do that? To be more precise, this is my educated guess based on what I've learned in Chirag. So out of all the Victorians sneaking around Chirag, you happen to be the only actual reporter who's after truth and righteousness and such like? Well, you don't have to be so rude about it. I don't think Ratos is being rude about it. My name's Alberta. If you're familiar with Victorian newsprint business, you would have heard the name in conjunction with many articles about the truth that were deemed unprintable. I take pride in my work no matter what they say. Humph. I believe you for now, little Miss Reporter, but this doesn't mean you're completely free of suspicion. I've had my guards rip out the spies of people sent after the explosion. If you're telling the truth, then take us to your cruise station. I've got a lot of things I'd like to ask the agents you mentioned. You wouldn't refuse me, would you? But...
Move.
Uh-oh. Dagenbreaker grabs Ratos and the reporter, pulling them into the back room as a stun grenade from who knows where goes off in the interrogation room. Thank you, Dagenbreaker. In the distance, a brown-tailed guard who was unable to get out of the way in time screams. A throwing knife has pierced his heart. No! Rip to him! Damn it. Dagenbreaker pokes her body out of the doorway, hiding back behind the door as another knife flies towards her. She watches it tremble after it embeds itself in the doorframe.
These knives are the ones used by the Trilby Ashers. You two stay hidden here. I'll go confirm the scale of the raid and the strategy.
As she finishes speaking, she suddenly draws her twin weapons, knocking two knives thrown from the shadows out of the air before springing forward to attack. The dust she kicks up forces the reporter to squint. You... What the hell's going on? How do the Trilby Ashers know about this place? Did you leak it to them? But I've been watching you the whole time. That can't be. I'm pretty sure those spies hold a grudge from the past event. I didn't. I even checked over all my things and made sure nobody was following me. Look out! The room shakes violently. The reporter pulls at Ratos' sleeve, moving her to the other side of the room as fragments of the damaged ceiling smash into the floor where they just were. Then how do you explain all this? Wait, there's still one place I haven't checked. Oh no, she has a tracker on her, doesn't she? She picks up the camera hanging around her neck, removes the lens, presses down on the shutter, and lifts up the reflector. A faint red light glows within. She pulls out the suspicious component, a miniature tracking device. So that's where it was hiding. Well... Another explosion, and thick smoke slowly seeps into the room the two are hiding in. Dagenbreaker emerges from the smoke, her breathing somewhat ragged.
3 Trilby Ashers in this first group. I fended them off for now, but the reinforcements they called for are already on their way here. I will keep you safe, Ratos, but we need to leave.
Let's go to the Vine Court. There's a mountain trail nearby that leads to one of the secret passages in. They won't dare act rashly against the court. It'll buy some time. Wait, I need to come with you. Since the Trilby Ashers will keep chasing us, I'll make a record of all their assassination attempts in Chirag and compile them together with everything they've done so far. I'll pass them to a local friend to get the word out. This will expose all of Victoria's dirty deeds to the public. I can't let myself be taken in by them. Enough babbling. I still need to find Siotis for a joint questioning. You'd be coming with us even if you didn't want to. Hey, Trilby Asher.
Yes, Thanatos is alive. The three of them have entered the Vine Beak Court's northern gate. The escaped reporter is with her, and the renowned Black Knight is guarding them. What orders from her Grace? Wait, did you just say that Her Grace will personally be visiting Chirag?
Wow. Personally? To Carlin Trade Headquarters, and Tensioda Silverash, son of the former chairman of my kinswoman, Elizabeth. Alongside all the people of Chirag, this is an open letter within which is written all the wrongdoings of Ensiodas and Carlin Trade both. With this letter, I shall formally protest all the grievances that Victoria and Chirag share in suffering from that were wholly avoidable. That letter. It's all Silverash's fault. Wow.
Chairman Edelweiss, I'm glad you're here. What is it? Slow down. It's a letter by the Duke of Castor. The contents have already been disseminated to the public. It's all about Chirag, mostly Carlin Trade. What did she write? About how we're not acting in good faith, and Sir Theotis. Give it here. Notify all members of the board that we're to have an immediate meeting at HQ. Tell everyone to remain calm.
Well, it's a good thing he stepped down. Gnosis is like, shit. Now we gotta have a new PR strategy. Ensiodas' first offense, and the source of all the tragedy, was to seek benefit from Columbia, brute forcing the carving out of a great pit and the construction of an observation station atop Mount Carlon. In the wake of it, catastrophe descended on Chirag, this much is undeniable. Wow. And putting the blame on the observation station. Amidst the terror and disarray, he committed his second offense. The humanitarian aid sent by Victoria was instead pocketed by him in the name of negotiation. To legitimize this shameless act, Ensiodas went on the attack against Victoria, leveling baseless accusations and slander against Victorian tourists and expatriates. That was his third offense. His ultimate act of toying with the heart of the public was also his fourth offense. He colluded with Radatos to fake the Browntail matriarch's death, and through duplicity, led Clan Browntail into hostiles with Victoria. Victoria also has proof that Radatos is hidden within the Vine Beak Court. Those citizens who doubt this simply need to examine the premises. Though this guilty heart has led him to station his private army there. This is all a bit much. Hey, when I was suspicious of Ensiodas earlier, you guys shouted me down like I was a conspiracy theorist. But it all makes sense now, doesn't it?
Since when? This whole letter's just Victoria's say-so.
The fifth offense explained it, didn't it? Ensiodas told Radatos to kidnap that Victorian reporter and hide her and hid her in the court. Can't be a lie with all those details, can it?
And the sixth offense says that in order to control the court, he arrested all the clerics who wouldn't obey him. That matches. The court invited us all up the mountain for blessings, but Degenbreaker had some men stop us. What about the seventh then? It's obvious that Victoria wanted to get a bigger slice of the pie, but Carlin Trade refused them. You're a real idiot, you know that. It's proof that Ensiodas has gone and betrayed Chirag. Victoria's made a fair point about Carlin Trade going against all their contracts, and now we're the ones stuck with the bill thanks to Ensiodas' stupid decisions. So you think we should do what Victoria says? They want Carlin Trade to stick with the old mining agreement and put Ensiodas on trial. They said to do a joint trial with the Vine Beak Court. It'll be fine. Ensiodas would be lucky if he just got banished for his crimes. The only crime he's done is letting you run your mouth in this rebuilt pub. So he's been doing all the good, while it's always someone else doing the sinning. Wow, what a coincidence! I don't understand any of this, but I know it's always us who have to suffer for it. Come on, man, trust in Sir Theotis. He's helped me out before. What the hell was that? Outside.
This is slander.
I heard a lot of troubling talk on the way here. Please tell me you've been doing more than admiring the snow. I shouldn't have asked. Is everything that happened still as you expected? If I said yes, would you believe me? I would. Because we're not unprepared. During the recent growth window, Carlin Trade, I'm afraid it is you who is the optimistic one this time, Gnosis. You know that no matter how many plans and contingencies we make, things will inevitably exceed our expectations. From the three clans of Vine Court and the stretching out to all the people of Trag, Victoria's methods are plain to see. As someone who always bets every chip he has, you were never afraid of the risk. Thus, all this is all I deserve.
Yeah, things don't look good. Dark clouds over the twilight sky, the steel behemoths of Victoria trample across the white snowfields.
Castor's fleet. I've heard this fleet was the one that drove the devils out of Victoria during the Battle of Londinium.
Thanks, Auntie. What a great way to make an appearance.
After the battle concluded, Castor took the time to restore this flagship so that her glory may live on. How many upon this great land can boast of the might to stand against this force? We chose to walk the more difficult road. It is time we meet the end of it.
I can't wait for Enya to appear and just like troll Auntie. She's like, oh yes, all according to plan. This place is mine now. And then it's like, nope. Get out of here, Auntie. Phew. Why are all Trag's mountains so hard to climb? Just bear it a little longer, Lena. We need to avoid the Vine Court, and this is the only road that does so. A rift cloud beast clambers up onto Elena's shoulder, out of nowhere before jumping back into Joanna's embrace, letting out a high-pitched cry. Heh, it's laughing at you. Laugh all you want. I've done more exercise today than the past 20-something years I've been alive. Enya looks at the crestfallen Elena, letting out a light chuckle as she turns the corner. She sees a simple camp by the end of the road, not far from where they stand. There are many clerics of the Vine Court warming themselves by the fire. Amidst the crowd, Enya picks out a familiar figure with but a glance. Why'd you stop, Enya? Is that Elder Atso? Who? I didn't think I would run into you here.
Because you should not be here, Saintess.
You know, Elder, when you're talking with a Saintess, you should be more...
I know, and yet I also know this is not the road she is meant to be on.
What if it is a search for Kjeragandr?
All shall seek her in their time of need. So, what is it you need?
You instructed me to go on a pilgrimage so that I may atone for the sins of all Tragtorer. Thus, what I need is to find her and pray to her for forgiveness.
I'd want to get you out of the Vine Court at the time.
And in doing so, the court would not be hindered by me.
I'd hope that while you were off on the pilgrimage, we would be able to sway the Duke of Castor into handling Ensiotis, and that when you returned, it would be both parties warned and wary. The court would then take advantage of your return to declare a miracle, thus gaining true control. But your brother declared war on the court too soon, and I could not allow myself to fall into the hands of Castor or Ensiotis, whether as a prisoner or as a puppet.
I presume you being here means that you're thinking of being like the court clerics of the old, going to Karlan to the ancient refuges in the legends, where you can wait for the moment your enemies are warned.
As such, there is no need for you to continue with your meaningless circuit, Saintess. Follow us to seek refuge atop the mountains. There will come a time that the people will beg on bended knee for you and us to appear.
The silent elders of the court behind him stand up one after the other, forming a semicircle before the Saintess. Joanna glances at Enya with unease, her hand subconsciously moving towards her crossbow. I like how Joanna wants to shoot them. Joanna's like, I don't like these guys. Like, sheesh, girl. But Enya merely gives her a light shake of the head. I can't stop. The next catastrophe is nearly upon us.
What?
The Saintess is right, Elder. You must have noticed the strange weather these past few days. We've already found an important clue about the heart of Karlan. We have the opportunity to learn the exact reason why a catastrophe came to strike Trag. Maybe even the truth behind Kjeragandr.
It is meaningless.
Elder.
Because Kjeragandr does not exist.
Blasphemy! What did you say? When I left the court, you told me quite the opposite.
Kjeragandr can exist within the plants. The stones are words and deeds, but you will not find her true form atop this great land. She's not real, only existing within our imaginations.
Ooh, you're gonna get bonked, sir. Not even you can blaspheme against her, Elder Adso.
When I was young, my faith in her was much the same as yours. My father and uncle sent me to the Phi-MD court as a child, forcing me to secretly aid Clan Browntail with their mission. Yet all I wanted to do was serve her in all sincerity. When the Great Elder tasked me with managing the Hall of Writings, I was giddy with glee. Every word to do with her, whether they be fragmented pages or ridiculous essays, were studied by me over and over. But the more you read, the more you realize that the so-called Kjeragandr is nothing more than a piece of scripture assembled by mortal men. Dare you deny it, Saintess? You too have seen what is said to be the original copy. It is no more than a few scant phrases, nothing like we have today.
It's not true. Is it, Enya?
From the marketplace chatter to the historical records, even foreign legends from who knows where. Add cold gales and snowy peaks, and you have the miracles of Kjeragandr. I persisted in my inspection of everything, hoping to find even the tiniest shred of evidence, unlike the rest, but all I found were more and more archetypal tales. I even found signs of adaptation that left by the previous court elders in the margins of a few books.
Why did you tell anyone?
And what would I say? What is Kjerag to you, Saintess?
That is not a question anyone child of Kjerag can answer.
Because Kjerag already has its answer. This is a nation of faith. Hensiodas has tried to undermine it, the Duke of Castor has tried to swallow it, but even they dare not defy Kjeragandr, at least not openly.
But if she doesn't exist, then who founded Kjerag?
Our country was never built atop her flesh and bones, rather, it was her country that was built atop our flesh, our bones. Here was the ancestors of the people of Kjerag, who amidst the snow-capped mountains of despair, labored tortuously to create a place where they could survive. People could never understand why fate decreed that they should struggle in suffering, whilst others thrived in merriment. And so, abandoned upon these hopeless rocks, they just seek consolation elsewhere so that they may continue to live. From the cries for some almighty leader, and prayers for the majesty and morality of every generation of Kjerag, Kjeragandr was born. From the moment of her birth, she became the foundation of Kjerag. Because of their needs for faith, generation after generation must repeat a lie. Kjerag needed virtue and law, needed art and aesthetics, needed family and tradition. With perfect timing, she would appear by her sides, leaving behind a few revelatory words of wisdom. From this came an unbreakable order, one that has lasted time immemorial.
So in your eyes, this lie must be maintained at any cost, so that Kjerag itself can be maintained.
Indeed. Every nation has its own lie. Kjerag's is Kjeragandr.
I disagree. A lie can bring temporary reprieve, but it cannot become the eternal law through which we live. You believe it is able to maintain order, so you care not for the sincere longing of the people. You treat their feelings as a tool you can control. When this longing tears through the veil you have constructed, the Phi-MD court and the faith it tends to shall be shattered beyond repair. From that point of view, you are your hated Hensiodas' greatest ally.
There's only one thing I wish to ask you. Do you believe Kjeragandr exists?
Well, we've met Char. But she sifts through her mind, through all of her memories that had made, but she's already forgotten. How she looked, vague wisps of emotion, all forgotten. But the feeling! Oh, sadness. There's no memory, no person who can vouch for her, no one who can offer her words of comfort. Her heart lies empty. I do. You claim this is all a lie, Elder Adso, which is proof that there is a truth to correspond with this lie. And so I believe in the passion and goodness preached by the scriptures. I believe Kjeragandr exists in Kjerag. Besides, I've also already found the path to her. If you must refute me, then come witness alongside me.
Your faith is pointless, Saintess. Even greater disaster awaits Kjerag. Hensiodas' short-sightedness has already left her faith on the brink of collapse. This is our last chance to save her.
Ever since the pilgrimage began, you've already treated me as part of your conspiracy.
Because we have both dedicated our entire lives to the faith, it is impossible for you to not understand my devotion.
Then what is your wish for me to do?
At a suitable hour, return with me to the Phi-MD court to regain control. We shall have to look at our specific circumstances to deal with the Duke of Castor, but Sionis must be eliminated. You're a kind soul and cannot bear to harm your brother, I understand. And Sionis must leave Trag, that is the most we can allow him.
This is pure coercion.
In return, I can take you to the place that you seek. When I was young, I had searched all of Karlan. Since you must face the truth, this would be the quickest way to do it.
Nah. Really? I accept. Enya? It is the biggest proof the missing feeling. Like, sad. It's kind of like what happened with Shu in her event. The missing memories. But on one condition, if we really do find proof of Kjeragandr, you shall renounce all your schemes regarding Ensiotis. Okay, this is fair. No wonder why she accepted.
Very well. Kjeragandr above, witness our vows.
I like that bet. I'm fine with that bet. Cold steel. Some so futilely long for a warm spring. Well, sounds like Andy's issues. The cold steel. I feel like he'll at least take her there. And then be like, oh shit, Kjeragandr's real. Oops. My bad, but you know, I made a promise. The rumblings of some distant commotion disturb the scant snow atop the trees. What should be a silent street is filled with an ominous warmth. This used to be a road at the foot of Mount Karlan that led to the Phi-MD court, but now, Victorian soldiers bar the path as the treads of their tanks crush its surface. A blatant, impassable barrier. The loudspeakers atop the tanks play a message in clear Tragi. People Trag, do not panic. In accordance with Victoria's policy regarding the current situation, we will ensure everyone's safety. This operation will not disturb the everyday lives of residents. We simply suggest that everyone stays at home in this weather. We also have a warning for the criminals who have abducted Victorian citizens, and for those who associate with them, release the hostages immediately, or we will take immediate action.
Say, mister, mind if I cross the road? I need to head home to get to the fire going. It's about dinner time, and my wife's waiting for me. This area's off limits. You either take a detour or you wait. But I'm just trying to get to the other side of the road. If safety's your issue, go ahead and search me. I've got food on me, nothing else. Are you with the Phi-MD court? No, I'm just a smith.
He's like, just because I'm old does not mean I'm with the court.
Then take a detour or wait. I've crossed this road for decades now.
Don't cause trouble for mister. Nothing good will come of it. Just listen to them and get out of there already.
I would not be repeating myself a third time.
This isn't your land, dude. Come on. The old man totters away. He turns his head to look back. Through the window of his workshop, his wife looks back at him. He waves his hand, telling his wife to leave.
Kjeragandr above, I wish to hear of your wrath.
Poor dude. He's like, I just want to go home. You told me to go home. But now you're telling me to take a detour?
Invaders, how dare you! Get out, you hear me? Get out!
Good luck for the EX stages.
Victorians this, Victorians that. It's the word I hate hearing the most these days. Didn't think there'd still be anyone brave enough to kidnap one at a time like this. Don't you get it? It's obviously just some worthless excuse. Now that the Victorians are here, Trag is about to change. Well, Foston, you're just sitting back to watch while going on with your pessimistic talk. You're more Spanish than the starving burden beast. I'm going to show them the real Trag. If you're going to make a ruckus, do it somewhere further away. Don't drag me into this. Right. Good Karlan trade. They've got guards, don't they? You're a bunch of cowards. Cowards? I get it, you've got guts. And you don't mind getting your hands dirty, but do you have a family? If this is the outcome of the negotiations, if the three clans of Phi-MD court, Karlan trade, if none of them are going to do anything, what can we do? Kjeragandr above, forgive me for my fear, my cowardice. Anger, fear, unease, all sorts of emotions roil across the unarmed crowd. But they have no effect on the armed soldiers across from them. Their voices are drowned by the roar of the engines. Vroom vroom.
Dick of the Gloriana. Cassier's personal guard captain. Your Grace, our fleet is encircled the passes into Chirag's mountains. The vanguard force in Chirag has also surrounded the Vine court. Chirag's own warriors are powerless to resist us. The whereabouts of Chirag's saintess are currently unknown, but we shall ensure that the moment she appears, we will locate her. The situation is still under control, so forgive me for speaking bluntly. There's no need for your Grace to attend the battle in person. Do not be hasty, Philippa. Choose your words wisely if I may correct you. Chirag is not our enemy, but a valuable partner in cooperation. But Carlin Trade is still not given an official response to our invitation to negotiate. I can imagine. And Siotis is a prideful man. One assumes that having to process his failure must be of unconceivable difficulty for him. You must have heard of some of the tales about him, Philippa. By all calculations, he's your kin as well. If he really is a talented genius the rumors paint him as, then why did he abandon the chance to stand by your side, decide to bury himself in the mountains instead? I simply don't understand. Like I said, he really is a prideful sort. I shall give him a little more time. 6 hours should do it. If the government of Chirag continues to refuse to accept our agreement, then things can only end in a rather regretful manner. Understood? There is still one trifling matter that I'm unsure of is worth your Grace's consideration. The matriarch of Clan Browntail, who by all rights should be dead, we've discovered further traces of activity from her. She is currently hidden within the Phi-MD court under the protection of the Black Knight. Encionis would not go to great lengths to hide someone unimportant at a time like this. It is not worth mentioning, but I am not fond of variables. Find her, and find what she's hiding. As you command, your Grace. Cousin Philippa really likes Auntie Castor.
Understood. I shall carry this assignment to limited extent, then await further instructions. All hands take note. Team 1, guard the front. Team 2, head to the north gate to lock it down. Teams 3 and 4, find high vantage points to watch the court. Be on guard. If you allow even a single soul out, you have to answer to your Grace in person.
Oh, back to Carlin Trade. I have not received any orders to allow Victorians in, sir.
I understand. We shall wait here for a reply.
The chairman has informed me not to accept any invitations if you...
No matter. I'm happy to wait here patiently, just like how every child of Chirag waits for a bitter winter to pass.
Yeah, sure.
Speaking of, how do you people prepare for winter? I am rather curious. I fear you may not have the opportunity to learn for yourself. I'm not here presenting myself. My own experiences are not important, Mr. Edelweiss. I believe these terrible conditions call for giving everyone an equal chance to express themselves. Don't you agree? Why are you here? Rest easy, Chairman Edelweiss of Carlin Trade. I've come here for one very simple task, to invite Mr. Silverash to the negotiation table on behalf of Her Grace. A simple, peaceful conversation, all for protecting the bond between our two nations. You've recently sent an army to surround Chirag, aimed your cannons at civilians, and dispatched your troops to blockade our markets. Are these actions meant to be part of this peaceful conversation? Mr. Edelweiss! Her Grace simply wishes to let the true Master Chirag know that a speeding warship cares not for where the people atop its deck run. For most, their best choice is to hold the hand-control tight.
And true, if they put this much effort back in the Victoria arc, it'd be much shorter.
Profound understanding can come over the passage of eons, or it can come in the blink of an eye. It all depends on the commands you have received, sir. Get to the point, Victorian. You shouldn't need me to teach you how to say what you're here to say. I would much rather call it sending a request, Mr. Edelweiss. A request from Victoria is a rather rare sight these days. We cordially invite Mr. Silverash to a spirited discussion with Her Grace about the future of Chirag. We shall ensure the meeting goes smoothly. Her Grace has also commanded that none be harmed. Then we too have our own requests. Victoria immediately sees its military invasion. I regret to inform you that such a thing hinges on the results of Mr. Silverash and Her Grace's talks. I'm unqualified to make such a promise to in Her Grace's stead. Right now, my only hope is that there shall be a place warm enough for me to spend the winter. A fleeting hope that it shall be Chirag.
Sure, dude. How should you present yourself when you face her? I've asked myself that countless times until tears of remorse flowed down my face, for I could not find the answer. Just like how, as I waver in the cold wind, I cannot find anything. The heart of Karlan is mere mystic rhetoric, a painting within a dream, a mire amidst the mountains. The Phi-MD court says that when you're on the brink of death, you shall see her face. I believe this is my last chance. Yet, I am unable to prove anything to you. I see only my mother by the bonfire, my wife underneath the curtains, the life I should have. You have come to the end of this faithless pharaoh's epitaph, one written by him for him. His last request to you is to wipe away the snow upon his tomb. A lonely grave stands by the road. Enya and Otso stop in front of it.
All I did was bury him. He only had time to carve himself a marker before he died.
So the bones we saw along the way are all...
The bones of humans. Only human beings would use value and meaning to paralyze themselves, to climb Karlan, to walk to her side, to witness her existence. They're willing to give their lives.
The saintess's right hand brushes against the worn wooden marker, completing its master's last wish. Cold wind sweeps past her fingertips, as if urging her to grab hold of something. She lifts her head towards the snow-capped peaks, as her ears catch the sound of a young woman laughing. Elder, did you hear? She swallows down her unfinished question. The laughter echoes between the mountains and fades, until it becomes nothing more than memory.
I didn't hear anything. Please proceed, Saintess.
Enya hesitates for a moment before nodding, continuing onwards towards the darkening horizon, towards the peaks laden with thick snow. The wind picks up, tangling itself in the saintess's clothes. It leaves behind snow stuck to her brow, like how it sticks to the withered trees she walks past. You need to try harder. We can't keep up with Enya if I have to keep pulling you. We're only 2 steps behind. No need to stand so close. Oh, right. Just now, they were talking to something, right? I think I saw it too. But there's nothing here except snow and rocks. Whatever, doesn't matter. Elena forces herself toward a few more steps. Behind her, the snow where she stepped is suffused with a deep blue glow. At the same time, she has a faint sensation of someone watching her, though the only one by her side is Joanna, gritting her teeth as she pulls at Elena's arm. The billowing wind has numbed her brain. It must have been her imagination, as the thought runs through her mind, and Elena hears a sigh. Ooh, they got to a cave.
You took it upon yourself to enter a gamble you're fated to lose, Saintess.
This is...
Indeed. The depths of the mountains, the location of the heart of Karlan.
I did as you asked, Enya. Enya, I dragged her all the way here. We're here. Don't just stand there. Huh? Wait, this is... No, it can't be. Elena puts all of her strength into shaking her head and patting her cheeks before taking out a bevy of instruments, waving them against the cave wall. It is an ordinary cave, one that can be seen anywhere in Shrag. Its only unusual property is its proximity to Mount Karlan's peak. Enya heads deeper within, her breathing picking up pace as she does. The deepest part of the cave is only 100 meters from the entrance, barely wide enough to fit 5 or 6 men. The rocks are covered in a thin layer of moss and lichen, and the air is permeated with a humid scent of fungi and soil.
You're not the first who wished to find her, and neither was I. My greatest wish during my youth was to witness her true form, to prostrate myself before her. And so, I checked every book in the Hall of Writings, read every line in every poem, all to find proof of her existence. Many before me have left behind records and analysis. One mentioned this place, the only cave atop Mount Karlan. I followed the endless rugged mountain trails before finally finding myself here.
The records say that that the clerics of the court once sought refuge in the depths of Karlan.
Just so, perhaps you still recall the story of the saintess who roused Kjeragandr.
According to legend, when Kjeragandr was sent divine punishment, the Phi-MD court chose 100 girls in succession to ascend the mountain and pray. The last of the girls was the one who quelled her fury. But in truth, the final girl was the daughter of a clan leader, which incited the great clans to ally and lay siege to the court.
During the massacre, the surviving clerics fled here, after which came the so-called miracle, peace returning to Kjerag.
And how would you explain this miracle? And yeah, for Elena, well, I'm going to Kjerag to work on the Starpod project. I might as well enjoy my time there, sightseeing and researching, and eating lots of cheese. Days later, huff huff, why am I walking mountains after mountains?
Look at Kjerag as it is now, and the answer shall be clear. Who has ever heard of a war that came to an end for no reason? If even the murder of a girl can transform into a sublime miracle, so too can political compromise become the stuff of legend.
Murder? So that is how you see the actions of the court of old.
Indeed, to use murder to seek comfort, to allow ignorance to spur on the heart. This is the bloody depth the court has borne in the name of Kjeragandr, with no god to promise its eternity. Her every step is on thin ice, with no room for attention. I brought you here to learn the truth behind Kjeragandr, Saintess, and now I shall wait for you no matter how long you struggle to process it.
Enya, come over here quick. This pile of rocks at the deepest part of the cave doesn't seem natural. It's more like a door that someone built. A door? Ooh.
The clerics of old made this place into a sanctuary. Finding things here is hardly strange.
In other words, behind this door is most likely the hiding place of the ancient clerics, and a place where countless secrets of Kjerag are hidden.
What is more likely is that behind that door, you will find absolutely nothing.
Dude, you knew the door was there, but you never opened it. All this time. Really? Then let us bear witness, Elder Adzo. Enya half shuts her eyes as she walks past the old man, droning on about history. Slowly approaching the end of the cave. She takes a deep breath, then presses her body against the cave wall, like a reunion hug after a long time away. Soil sticks to her hands and cheeks, moss pokes out from under her hair. It's as if she were fast asleep atop the earth. I can feel it. According to my readings, Enya, behind the super thin rock wall, there seems to be a giant cavern. But there's no other way in. I can blow this door open if we have to. Wait, this is holy ground. Do it. What, Enya? Oh, Kjeragandr above. Part of the intrusion. It's all in the name of truth. Okay, we're going in. Into the cave. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, this is fine actually, no fear. Yep, this is fine. I got this. I'm gonna do it this way. And yeah, Charlie's surprises, she'd be fine. She'd be entertained. Let's see how I want to go about this. You know, over here seems fine. I'll face this way. Why not? Those are the annoying ones, the birds. Ooh. Oh, I didn't realize I was in a thingy. Oh, that's my bad. It's completely my bad. They're gonna be moved back and forth. It's fine. I didn't realize this is the only save area. 1000% my bad. If I gotta redo it, it's because I was being silly. Oh, look at the cute little doggo. Okay, that's gonna be scary. I'm gonna just prepare myself a tiny bit. This might be salvageable. Okay, time to put in a lot of work, you two. B3. And while I do that, I'm gonna finish my water bottle. Water. I need more hydration. I gotta get another bag for my water bottles too. Or man, if I made instant coffee before this, that would've been nice. But no instant coffee for me. Oh, I forgot to take her out. But it's okay, kind of, sort of, not really. Sorry, Yato. Okay, done. Still worked out in the end. Now, what's behind the door?
I am in position. As Her Grace's latest instructions state, Ratos' feigned death must have a reason. She is most likely carrying important information on her person, and is to be captured alive.
Can we not?
This is the front. The courtyard is empty, prepared for direct contact. Do not attract attention, and it quick. The only thing to watch out for is the Black Knight, who is most likely still here. But where is she?
The intruder looks about warily, holding his weapon tight.
Not good.
A black dragon breaker flies at unbelievable speed towards him. The intruder is sent back by the incredible force, slamming against the walls. Good job. I heard more fighting outside. What in the places is going on? Quiet down. The trickiest enemies for us to handle are outside right now. Dragon Breaker's risking her life to protect us. The only thing you can do right now is to sit down, shut up, and not be discovered. I heard the broadcast say that I'm a hostage abducted by Trag? Why? Heh. Your fellow Victorians got their weapons out and started up the tanks. They're not letting anything out of this place. So are they here to rescue you? Are they here to keep people in the know locked up in here so they can get their other plans done? The answer's obvious. You mean they're using my rescue as an excuse to invade Trag? Yes, they are, Alberta. At least you understand that. It's what you said, and it seems reality agrees with you. How did it all come to this? If you got a way to get the information out, you can ask your fellow countrymen that question. When I came to this place, I thought I could help the oppressed people. With my camera and my words, I'll be able to let more people know about the true Trag. I believe that all I did had a meaning. Should I be thanking you for your kindness or something? Alright. I'll treat you as an actual kind-hearted lady then. So don't play dumb with me now. Why do you think what you've seen is a true Trag? And who do you think is doing the oppressing here? He's like, I came here thinking I can save them. Oops, my bad. Melting snow topped the roof becomes water dripping into the courtyard, causing ripples and the intruder's pulling blood. Before him, the face shrouded in light looks right back at him. Within the great hall, the candle flames are like chained bloodthirst, raging and roiling.
Such power. No wonder the reports on Trag emphasize the Black Knight's presence.
She's been practicing against avalanches, dude.
I knew people would try to sneak in. You. Humph. To tell you the truth, I can't tell which of you is which underneath those masks. The colleague of yours who came to Trag before, surely told you this land is not one you can trample on as you please. Indeed. Your fame is known to us.
Imagine Mr. Bellingham is the only chubby astronaut present for those ass whooping that's about to commence. Yes, he's the only one who knows. He's like, I've been there and done that, not again. And that's one of the reasons why Harold left too. He's like, nope, I'm not getting involved with this. I saw what happened last time. That was unfortunate, so bye.
We made sure to make ample preparations.
Yeah, sure, ample preparations. 3 of you.
So you tend to win through numbers. None of us could hope to claim victory over you. It's only a mission, nothing more. Your clothes make mark you as elites. But here's something you wouldn't know without feeling some pain. If you wish to pass, it will only be as a corpse. Come. It's rare that I have the chance to go all out. I suppose I should consider you all willing to die. She takes up a killing stance as the air is filled with the muffled cries of unsheathed weapons. With drawn blades and cold gleams, they slowly step forward, stepping onto the puddles reflecting a muddled sky. Upon this holy ground, a savage melee is about to begin. The humid air warms and dries, falling snow melts, steam rises, droplets splash about. From the clash of steel against flesh come sparks of scarlet. Dakin Breaker's so cool. It makes her record all the more funny with that one guy being like, I'm here to fight you. Remember me from all those years ago? The one you threw a rock at? And then now look at this. She doesn't even need her. She's a badass. Through and through. Huh. Not bad. Again. I never thought it would be like this. Should I not have come to Chirag Matamatos? I kind of want to see her fight Waifu's dad, for example. It'd be interesting. That's a question you need to answer yourself, along with your country. On the Chirag side of things, I might have also considered using one as pure-hearted as you, so I can't really blame Victoria for doing it. So what exactly does the information I have mean to Victoria and to Chirag? They're just making a fuss out of you to make it look like the facts are already settled. Don't take it too seriously. We're hostages, nothing more. I feel like this is all rather absurd. Well, it's one way to sum it up. If your camera still works, this would make some excellent material for you. If I walked out the door, the rest of you would be fine, right? If you did, they'd point their swords at you and confiscate all your material. Yourself might even disappear without a trace, with nobody else knowing what happened to you. With things having come to a head, you're the one who's meant to understand them the most, not me. So are we supposed to sit here and do nothing? I don't think the Victorians want to lose to you, Miss Hostage. Just calm down, wait, and then... I don't care what your plan is, and Siota's... It's time to put it into action. Or fine, Changyue versus Dakin Break can be fun too. Reporting in. We built some temporary fortifications just like you ordered, Sir Arkdosh. The enemy fleet hasn't fired yet. Instead, they're marching towards a place 3 clicks from us. How should we respond? Our explosives reserves. We've moved over all we could. We're risking our lives, but at the very least, we can delay the Victorian advance for a while. Good. Go get the troops and information. Meanwhile, I'll have a chat with these Victorians.
Ah, a chat. Let's see how this chat goes. The ship stops in front of him. Its dark gray armor plating reflecting the sun's light. This is one of the rare moments in Arkdosh's life he is forced to look up.
Who's your commander? Tell him to come out for a chat.
My commanding officer does not wish to come to blows with you, Arkdosh Pelrosh.
That all depends on why you've come to Chirag. Don't tell me you're all just lost in the woods.
Her Grace has already made everything clear. In her open letter, we must defend Victoria's interests while helping Chirag stabilize following the catastrophe. All we ask for is a mastermind behind Chirag's troubles, and Siona Silverash to receive the trial he deserves, which I believe is in line with Clan Pelrosh's thinking.
The only thing I'm thinking is this. If you take even one more step forward, you'll pay the full price for it. The only way you'll be going any further into Chirag is over my dead body.
He's like thinking, I do fighting instead. What is this so-called thinking you think I do?
Back already? What are the commander's orders? No changes. We keep guarding this final checkpoint. Once all of their people are in, they'll definitely find Chirag's arsenal. They've been searching for ages now, but they still haven't found anything. Yep, even if Chirag can't make any big moves like they said, I'm not willing to bet that Ensioda's guy doesn't have something up his sleeve. Maybe, Another transport truck. Well, this one's all yours, buddy. I'm all tired out from checking all those beans last truck. Fine.
Beans. The guard waves down the truck, slowly approaching him, and obediently comes to a halt.
Sorry, mister, but as per Her Grace's orders, all vehicles passing this point are to be searched. Unload your cargo.
A thick baton smacks into his head with a bonk. Before the other guard can cry out for help, a shadow appears behind him, touching itself around his neck. Ooh.
We've cleared the road again, sir, just like the plan said. Update your notice on the situation. Get those supplies transported. We can't keep him waiting.
She's unsure whose blood is blurring her sight as it runs down her cheek onto the corner of her mouth. She tastes an iron tang she has not tasted in a while. Her twin Dragon Breakers quiver as they fend off blades coming from her from all directions, where her enemy's wily tricks have left wounds all over her body. She has not taken a single step back. Dragon Breaker's so cool. 7 or 8 of her foes lie slumped on the ground around her.
Pa. You're at your limit, Black Knight. In truth, you can still choose to lay down your arms and surrender. You're all mouth. Lock up your silver tongues and come at me if you're brave enough. Even you must bleed. Would you not regret dying here, Knight? Humph. Meaningless drivel when said to someone who holds their own life cheap.
Bonk bonk. Clang. She takes advantage of her foe's moment of complacency, sending him flying. Most times she could not let out a blow this strong, but now her strength is fueled by a rage that had not burned in a very long time. The mere sight of the scar-laden knight's furious form is enough to strike fear into the hearts of her enemies. Some of them take half a step back. They're like, oh no, what did we sign up for?
What are you so afraid of?
The knight takes a shaky step forward, leaving behind 2 trails of blood upon the ground. Her eyes shine brighter than ever, but as the shine of bloodshot eyes, her body is fast losing its ability to stand, yet her unwavering fervor still flows. From where, she does not know. The candles of the hall slowly extinguish. The reflections on the floor become all the more blurry. In the end, she staggers. She's just gonna take a little nap and then... It's okay. She'll be fine. Several smoke grenades fall into the courtyard, covering everything in a cloud of fumes. Okay, good timing.
Who's there? They're in court guards. Someone our intelligence didn't account for is intervening. We can't continue the mission. Abort mission. Retreat with the wounded.
She bided enough time. Good job, Dragon Breaker.
Made it right in time. Victoria's elite hooligans will be sorted out that easily. We need to find somewhere safe. Wake up. It's no time for a nap.
Oh, Rhode Island is here now.
You're... sharp? Take it easy with the talking. You're wounded. Did the doctor send you? Silverash has been in contact with the doctor the whole time. After hearing about the catastrophe in Chirag, the doctor figured you'd run into trouble. While we do have our hands pretty full at the moment, the doctor did promise that if you ever found yourselves in a pinch, we wouldn't just stand back and watch. I've already called Rhodes Island for reinforcements. They should be here at any moment now. What about Enceotis? No need to worry. I believe Silver Ash has managed to take the reins of the situation. Just hang in there, Dragon Breaker. You're through the hardest part now. Are we able to maintain our current output? Yes, sir. Ammunition stocks will be as expected. But Chairman Edelweiss, I can't help but doubt things. If we were facing as the Duke of Castor's fleet, then even if we raise our efficiency tenfold, we still wouldn't be able to compete with them. No need to worry, just follow the plan. We'll handle the rest. I've worked for Carlin Trade for 11 years now, Chairman. I know what it's brought to drag. I believe in the both of you.
Aw, that's nice. I believe in you, sirs. We've been together for like a decade.
It seems you're ready now. I suppose you don't need me for any further reminders, Master of Clan Silver Ash.
Ooh, is he gonna come out with his new outfit?
Since this is to be a negotiation, I thought I would change it to something more formal.
Ta-da!
Castor's army is laid siege to Drag, while her advanced forces have control over several of our streets, forcing the civilians back into their homes. Arknights has brought his men to confront the Victorians, but they are a frail force in comparison. The Duke's envoy came by Carlin Trade, asking me to pass you an invitation to the negotiating table. She's waiting for you, Enceotis. It sounds like the situation is still within our expectations. Look at you admiring this lonely battleship. Does it not seem too weak as it is now?
Oh, his outfit is something that his father wore once. Huh. Alrighty, so that's part of Daddy's old drip. Dang. Drag's greatest strength is its natural defensive formation. Understandable.
Lately, I found myself often thinking about a day from many years ago. The day my parents received an invitation from Clan Browntail. My father told me that the reason why the Browntails and the Pale-Rogues did not support us was because they had not seen what he had seen. If someone can take a step forward, even if it's only a single step, even if it is the infamous Luca Browntail. They knew the worst case scenario, but they did not hesitate. Now I'm at the age at which they passed away. Looking back, it seems that some things haven't changed, but at least now I know why they did not hesitate. In the wake of their passing, I followed my clan as we left Chirag to head to Victoria. It was a rough start. I was learning almost out of habit as I got used to the disdainful looks on my Victorian classmates. The only thing that kept me going was the knowledge that one day I would return to Chirag. But in the end, you went to Victoria too. I fear I shall never forget the look on your face when I first greeted you at school. I was simply surprised by the way you greeted me, asking me if I still remembered our childhood promise like some sort of naive fool.
Oh, that's cute. It's like, hi, Gnosis, it's me. It's me, Enceotis. Do you remember me from our childhood promise?
Do you still want to make Chirag big enough for the both of us? But it was also what convinced me that everything you said, the future you envisioned, was no mere fantasy. Thus, I hitched my rope to Carlin Trade, which leads me to today. Today is far from enough, Gnosis. I'm about to meet with the House, the most ruthless of creditors. No matter if I am there to see it or not, I will give Chirag a tomorrow. Finally, I want you to know that it's not just us supporting you. Many of the people of Chirag do too. Carlin Trade's years of toil were not for nothing. If you were to ask me what I had wished to hear at this very moment, you were always able to get people to tell you exactly that. Do you have an example? Like when you told Dagonbreaker you would treat her as nothing more than a pawn, and that when her contract expired, it was up to her if she stayed in Chirag. But you already knew her answer. Perhaps why I wish to hear such words is precisely because I'm not so sure you would give me such answers. Ha, are you afraid? When I declared that I would make Chirag into a grand stage big enough for us more than 20 years ago, I had signed away all rights to be afraid. You've experienced it for yourself. I'm sure you have not forgotten. But at times, I too need a few words of encouragement. So, have Dagonbreaker and I managed to provide you with them? Without a doubt. I'm truly glad to have you both. Perhaps, in the time to come, we will no longer need to make these serious deals or rely on the Phi-MD court to have faith. Perhaps you two will have the better of me in. Enough with the self-flattery, Ensiotis. Go and see the drag of your dreams for yourself. If you are a coward who dares not face his own dream, then so be it. Breaker and I will have our own things to do. Like right now, I should go.
And there he goes.
As you wish.
Oh, the dinner with Auntie's gonna be so stressful. I like those two relationship. By Kjeragandr? For reals, by Kjeragandr? By Kjeragandr. Blessed be her name. Oh, that's gonna be a fun map. I had to stare at it because I'm like, why is it called By Kjeragandr? Now I understand. By Kjeragandr! Indeed. Well, without further ado, let's go. Oh yeah, I'm happy. I ate some dinner after I finished work. I had some beef drunken noodles. Nice and spicy. The rock wall collapses with the first blast, revealing a deep cavern to the spelunkers. Just like I thought, looks like you really can go deeper. Can't see much further than the tunnel entrance. We'll need to go down if we want to explore. Hello, hello. Enya? And I do have a Thai iced tea in the fridge. Not in my room because I don't want to spill it. Her question echoes through the cave. The saint does not answer, for she is watching the babbling old man purse his lips tight. I would share. Seek not my temple, but my heart. I await you, Elder Adzo. His legs are like wizened tree roots, his dried up throat like a shallow pool in the dry season. There he stands, unmoving.
I shall stay here and keep watch while you enter to do what you must do.
But didn't you make a vow with Enya that you'd prove whatever's inside isn't Kjeragandr? If you don't come with us...
I've already made myself clear. I shall keep watch outside. If she truly does exist, then she should come out herself to greet me.
Elder, it seems as though rather than learning the truth, you'd much rather be blind to evidence of her.
No, I would not. I would never. There are no answers here.
Then why did you bring us here, yet refuse to bear witness?
No, she does not exist. Daughter of Silver Ash, and you two, who do not pretend that you have not seen. The hunters who tan furs with frozen fingers, the gleaners who choke out upon dust, and the earthy haunted with their torn skin. Have you not seen them? They who kneel upon the dirt until their knees bleed, all to beg and plead to Kjeragandr for salvation. No, to end their miserable lives early, even. While you huddled together in your warm houses making merry, it was I, and the Phi-MD court who would go where you were unwilling to even look at, to the homes of the impoverished and destitute. It was I who soothed them, I who kept preaching to them that none shall be abandoned, even if you are born into a lifetime of suffering. There is still a God who loves you. It was we who built the nation where people can greet their ends with a smile. But Kjeragandr. This arbitrary liege lord, this king who sees all as her cattle, should save these people, save all drag. Yet she is aloof, magicking up some miracle every once in a while to show her power. Why is it only barely a handful of people saved? Now, you even wish to go see this monster, this tyrant, to ask her to deny me, to deny the order we have so painstakingly built. I cannot.
What more is left that she could support this old man? He collapses into the dirt, crying out in anguish, as if his frail body were struck by some invisible hammer.
Speak, tell me. Why does she not know? Why does she not understand? Why do you stay silent?
Great Elder, Why is he so upset? Like, we're just like, what is wrong with this old man? Elder Atso, I understand where you're coming from. We're not allowed to witness the true face of God. Only through her admonishments, her creations can we describe her. But I still wish to believe that no matter what I see at the other end of this cave, my faith shall not be swayed. The virtues and commandments, the knowledge and wisdom she has conferred upon us, they have meaning. I merely wish to see clearly what road the children of Shrek have followed. Anya turns and walks into the deep cavern without the slightest hesitation, towards where her faith lies. The deck of the Gloriana. How long has it been now? It has been 5 hours and 57 minutes since we sent our ultimatum, Your Grace. I must say I did not expect Ensiotis to choose to respond this way. 'Tis a pity things had to end like this. Relay the order, all men are to. Ooh. That. Your Grace, we sent one of Shrag's high-speed battleships. You don't mean how many? Just the one, Your Grace. Even without the aid of binoculars, those standing atop the deck can see it. In the distance, a battleship slowly emerges from the snow-dreamed valley, its hue that of silver ash. Perhaps everyone is thinking the same thing at this moment. The ship, no matter if you compare it to the fleet it is facing, or the mountains behind it, is rather on the small side. Oi, don't be mean to him. Don't be mean to them. Like, wow, your ship is tiny, sir. Oof. Just oof. Silver Ash? Your Grace, the ship is hailing us on a public frequency. Their message states that this is Shrag's high-speed battleship, and her captain is Ensiotis Silver Ash. He sends his greetings to the Victorian Duke of Castor. Oh? But does this son of his mean he's here to negotiate, or to start a war? He says he hopes he can have a pleasant discussion with Your Grace, and he hopes the discussion can take place aboard Your Grace's Gloriana. Very well. Welcome our guests aboard. Small ship, big guns. It's been a while, most esteemed Duke of Castor. I trust you have been well, Ensiotis. It truly has been quite a while. Whenever youth such as you stands before me, it reminds me that the time is fleeting. Oh, how is one meant to endure such a thing? Though much time has passed, I shall never dare forget the aid you gave me at the time, alongside your kindness towards Carlin Trade. Ha ha. You're far too hasty when leaving Victoria. You only remembered to bring along Castor's aid with you. While leaving our friendship behind, I'd even hoped that one day you would invite me to Drag as your guest. But since you are here, then I should extend you a host courtesy. A host courtesy, you say? I find myself rather curious since you have been expelled from Carlin Trade, and the Silver Ash clan is branded as traitors in bed with Victoria. Then who have you come to me as? It is simple. I'm here as the sole authority of Drag. I'll speak for this nation as we discuss matters. That is a nice outfit. It really is a nice outfit. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Siege is busy. Like, Siege is very busy. But Kjeragandr, this place is huge. It's beyond imagination. Was this place really an artificial refuge? At the very least, it was hidden by human hands. How much power does she actually have right now? Since She's been playing nice to them. At least the last time I saw her. I didn't play the current chapter yet. Do you see any ruins the court may have hidden here, Enya? No, I don't. Wait, did you hear that? The sound like rocks falling into snow? No, it's more like, based on these readings, it's rhythmic, like a heartbeat. If the stone here, these veins on it are like actual blood vessels, fluorescing to the pulse of the sound. How would you explain it? My instruments are picking up biosignals. It's going to be hard to believe, but there's only one answer. We're inside a body of a living being. Ooh, it really is her heart. But how can that be? By Kjeragandr. Whoa. What is this? Nearly tripped over it. Seems like there's some sort of statue here. I nearly bumped into it too. Let me turn my emergency light on. The shimmering light dispels the darkness, revealing the thing that is blocking their path. Huh? An ice sculpture? Why is it crawling across the ground? It's not the only one. Look, there's another one there. Seems like there's even more than this way. They're clothed in the same way that the ancient peoples of Trag are described in historical records. But how do those people have the technique to sculpt like this? I don't think those are just sculptures. Craft and sculpture at the time were cruder. Enya, what do you... Enya? I'm afraid these are not statues. They're not? Hello, welcome, welcome. They are past saintesses. They're from the last time Kjeragandr vanished. They who offered themselves up as sacrifices to beg her to return to Trag. Yeah, I resigned as a boss of Carlin Trade. My job is not the sole authority of Trag. I don't think that's a self-promotion for him. Or now. My job is now the sole authority of Trag. It's like, sure, dude, sure. Enya brushes her fingers against a sculpture's face. Her wrinkles, her flesh, her cheeks puffed up by gritted teeth, her eyelashes, her teeth staining her tears staining her cheeks, unevaporated. A girl dead from hypothermia, her delusional relief and trembling from the cold merged into a single expression. They were encased in ice after their deaths, preserving their faces and postures. They were all looking in the same direction. They were all looking for her answer. The woman followed the gazes of the sculptures, turning to look behind them. What is that? I've never seen anything shaped like that in Trag. It is Kjeragandr. So that's her form. Interesting. It is what the people of the past saw, and also... its height and scale are far beyond ancient techniques. It couldn't possibly be a relic of the past. But this cave has been sealed off for ages. Who did this and why? She kind of looks like a worm. Would you still love me if I were a worm? It's like, yes. Yes, Kjeragandr. A frigid wind from nowhere, laden with fine snow, slams into them. Enya, look out! The statue is calling me. The sound of a beating heart gradually becomes an ear-splitting din. She cannot hear the shouts of her companions, not even her own breathing. The only thing her senses take in is the statue's icy radiance, alongside an irresistible urge. The moment the saintess's hand strokes the base of the statue, a great shock envelops all present. A vibrant scene rushes into the saintess's mind. Ooh, vision. thought, its shadow darted through the grass and vanished. Did I lose track of it again? Past experience advises her to stoop down. She was still a child the first time she set foot into the forest. What was it her father taught her then? Listen up, Joanna. Hunting isn't easy. You need to be careful. You need to be brave. You need to be determined. You need to be merciful. You need to pay attention to the tracks left by every animal. Footprints in the snow, scratches on the bark, fallen hairs, spore and traces of buried food. She walks by an expanse of snow, trees and bare soil, still no signs of her prey. Her gigantic prey, nearly the size of a small mountain, seems to have disappeared into thin air. Don't rush, even if you can't find anything. Don't rush, Joanna. You're a hunter, you'll find your game. For she has promised you that you may enter the forest with bow and crossbow, and the forest shall give you the meat and fat you require. I see it, over there! The shadow fleeting out from the underbrush is swift, shooting out over the trail towards the depths of the forest on the other side. The girl waves her arm behind her as she shouts, Dad, head to the forest on the side. Let's pincer it. A voice replies from the empty forest.
Go, Joanna. You and me, we'll catch it.
Go, you'll catch it. You're such a faithful girl, never missing prayers or ceremonies, always concentrating whenever you carve statues of her, even telling her your thoughts every night. She will grant you a full belly, happiness, and a tomorrow to wake up to. Because of your piety, and the time you've given her. If I can actually hunt that thing down, we won't have to go out hungry this winter. It'll be enough to feed my brothers and sisters, and I can even give some to the old lady next door, the lady who just had a baby across the road. The horse can be carved into figures of Kjeragandr, and the skin can be made into the new set of clothes for my sister. There's a warmth in her chest to go with her joy, as if something were swelling within it, fit to burst. Her legs are faster than ever. Her hands do not tremble. She closes in on her prey. Nearly got it. Please, bless my hand, Kjeragandr. Her crossbow bolt flies through the air, its scream shattering the serenity of the snowfield. The girl sprints after her quarry into a bush. She can almost reach its thick fur. There's nothing in her grasp. Only a chunk of originium crystal in her arm, growing like wildfire. Well, uses your faith. Kjeragandr will not protect you. This land shall have its fill, and you are but its prey. So that was when she got infected. That's what she was thinking and everything.
This room is very familiar to me. Though I've never seen it, I'm well aware of what this is.
The cramped gloomy room is filled with a scent of pine oil, thick to the point you can barely walk through it. It is joined with a dry heat that resists description.
This is one of my thoughts.
The old man gets up from his chair. He steps forward, as if he were about to measure the size of the room with his feet. 1 step, 2 steps, 5 steps, 10.
10 steps, 10 is enough. A narrow compartment, soundproofed, insulated. Unknown to others, suited for clandestine discussions. If I put it that way, if I had extended the invitation that way, then the silver ashes. What did I say when Luca came to meet with me? Did I advise him to not commit this unpardonable sin, or did I not? Did I advise him to return to the righteous path, or did I not? Did I agree with him, or did I not? Did I believe the new things that couple brought with them would destroy the soul of Kjerag, or did I not? Did I tell them how to build a hidden room within the parlor of the Browntail Manor, or did I not? Did I tell them how to store pine resin, flammable materials, dry wood, and fire starters, or did I not?
The fragrance intensifies to the point that it stings the nose. You forgot our deal.
Brother, you're supposed to take control of the Phi-MD court and work with me so that all tribe would serve under the Browntail name. Why are you always such a do-nothing coward? No, it wasn't supposed to be like this.
You know how much blood is on our hands, just getting us to this point. Look at these 2 girls, Ratos and Sirius. They're your own flesh and blood. You're not going to close your eyes as the silver ashes and the pale roses put them to the sword when they grew up, are you?
All my life, I've told many lies, cheated many people, including those I love and those who loved me, those I trusted and those who trusted me. I once sincerely believed that the great power was the answer to everything, but I was wrong. My decades in the Hall of Writings washed my heart clean of my arrogance and stupidity. I understood that the only thing left in my life was a mission to serve the truth. The very true virtue that Kjeragandr carved upon each and every one of our souls, and so to repent deeply for the injurious plots against my neighbors, for my despicable tearing away of parent and from child, for my lust for power, for the lies that poured from my deceitful tongue. If Kjeragandr truly existed, how could she ignore all I did?
The silver ashes represent the bones of Kjeragandr. They were told to speak to the mountains, and such became the industrial backbone of Kjerag. And the most progressive of the clans, the brown tails represent the fur of Kjeragandr. They were told to speak to the beast and claim worship to the forests of Kjerag. They're the more modest of the council, lastly the pale roche, represents the flesh of the Kjeragandr. They were told to speak of the land, and around half of the population are under the protection as the military might of the land. And then there's the court. Fire. A fire from out of nowhere. Or rather, it is a fire lit decades ago. A well-crafted trap that has finally found its prey. A fire that has burned for thousands of days finally sweeps in furiously, engulfing all that Adso sees. Ooh, rainbow.
Get out of here. It was us who found this unfreezing lake first.
Nonsense. We're the ones who found it first. Our brains and agility let us look out from the top of the tallest branches. So we're the real masters of the lake.
Sure, you've got good eyes. Lets you spot water and fruit. But you've got weak limbs. You can barely do anything without wobbling like a baby. If it wasn't for our strong arms smashing those rocks to open up a mountain pass, no one would be able to get here. And what about us? It was us who crossed the streams, us who led the way for you, and us who guard the lake day in and day out. We're the ones who make sure parasites don't dirty the water, so we're the ones who should own the Heart Lake.
Why must you fight amongst yourselves again? There's enough water here for all to drink, and enough forest for all to build homes. My word. These fruits and crops, how are they growing out of nothing?
Is this one of your miracles? We should make you our leader. From now on, we wish to hear your will, to follow your teachings.
It was all of you together who awakened me. I've seen all the hardships you endured as you came here from every corner of the land. Your instincts tell you to slay one another, and your instincts tell you to aid one another. Yep, she pulled a shoe. Or Shu pulled a Kjeragandr, maybe. But what can be achieved through strife can also be achieved through sharing and communication. It is already so difficult to survive upon this land. Must you add harming each other into the mix? From here on, you need not regard each other as enemies. Enjoy what this land has to offer as equals. It was the beginning of it all. She appeared amidst the people, worked her miracles, resolved their disputes. The three clans began to live together. From then on, this land had a name. I like how this implies, though, how from the very beginning, the Brown Tails were led by the ladies.
Your Majesty, this book recording the history of Kjerag is complete. Pray, look over it the once. We do not dare forget a single line of your teachings. We shall abide by your every commandment. No need.
You must remember my words and the road you have followed here. But most importantly, remember the first kindness you felt in your hearts. You must reflect upon yourselves, see clear your own hearts, and make them clean. So long as you hold goodness within your hearts, you should not walk down false paths. Yeah, not again. They really need to teach these children some manners. I have nothing more to teach you. The road ahead is yours, alone to walk. I believe it is time for me to rest.
Her Majesty's left. She told us to live as we have. But if there's nobody to command the 3 great clans, how can we have faith in others? No, we must hurry back to our lands and warn our people. We must beware the invasion from the other clans.
Kjeragandr left, and as she did, she returned authority to her people. The wheel of history turned back to the beginning, and it seems that the peaceful days of the past were but a fleeting dream. Humanity returned to where it started. Well, she eepy. She's like, kids, give me a break. What?
Indeed, you're the next saintess. Please prepare your luggage.
My family still needs me. It's sowing season after all. They won't be able to till the soil without me. If that happens, they'll starve come winter. What about the lady from before? Where'd she go after she came back from the mountains? Didn't you say that only she needed to climb?
We need an answer and need someone to bring that answer back to us. She was unable to fulfill her duty, and so the task falls to another. It is a great duty. The weight of the lives of all tribe rests upon your shoulders. Please come with me, saintess.
Rubbish, complete nonsense. I can't believe you would lie to a little girl like that. How are they choosing? They're like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, you. Saintess. Don't listen to him. Go tell your family that you shouldn't throw your life away like that. A watcher above the clouds, god of Kjeragandr, I ask that you return to us. I beseech you, respond to my voice. Cold? Mama, so cold. What must I do, Kjeragandr? Seriously, I keep shivering so much. If the bells bother Kjeragandr, if she gets mad, what do I do? Yeah, it's an alarm bell. Mom, it's time to wake up. No matter what wrongs we've done, I beg you, do not abandon us. Oh, great Kjeragandr. Enough. Don't come any further. You'll die. Why all this for a lie? Kjeragandr has never... So you saw... your... char? Did you really only just figure it out? And yeah, you're more muddle-headed than I thought at times. Char's like, I'm sleepy. I just want to rest now. I had fun being your maid, though. It was funny messing with the Doctor fellow as well. Oh no. I don't want to fight her.
Phi-MD is praying towards the saintess statue. She can rouse Kjeragandr so long as she's given time. Avalanche is one to interrupt her prayer. Protect Phi-MD and keep the ritual going.
Whoop. Oh, this will be a thing. Okay, how do I want to do this? Yeah, over here seems fine. My beloved Kjeragandr, I ask that you hear my prayer. Yes, beloved. Ooh, this is tough. Okay, is this... Is this in the range? I can't tell. Actually, that might be in the... That is in the range, never mind. But this is fine. This is safe enough. Okay, gotta get rid of the snowballs. We're having a snowball fight that's funny. That is so incredibly funny. Of all the things to do, I'm gonna risk the avalanche here, it's okay. I'm edgy like that. I just gotta pay attention to the weight, and everything will be fine. I'm within the weight. My operators are light enough. Yeah, this is fine. Ooh, I'm gonna need a healer there soon. That I don't want. I mean, it's fine. Healers are good. Or maybe I don't have to worry too much on that side. We'll see what happens. Okay, I can risk that much more weight. Like, can you just, like, not do that? Wait, what? No! Why? But why? Fine. Fine, fine, fine. It has to be this way. Whatever. What freaking ever. Okay. I just do a thing here. Yeah, totally fine. Okay, they're gonna be annoying over there. But whatever. Please don't interrupt the Saintess. Get out of here, snowballs. My poor thorns. I'm just glad my range is good enough right now. Stupid snowballs. I wish I could get from there. Never mind. Ouch. I'm sorry, Saintess. I didn't mean for it to be like that. Yes, will you allow me to be your Baikar? Okay, 31 out of 93. He's like, stop. Ah, of course they're switching back now, huh? Are we doing both? Are we doing both sides now? Oh, Kjeragandr. Cool. As white as beautiful, as vast as the great ice fields, she is mesmerizing and magnificent, beyond reckoning, then, now, and forever. She's still a worm to me, but that's fine. I still like her even as a worm. Worth it. Okay, doing pretty good over here. Slight fear, slight pain. I just gotta prevent them from going too forward. Okay, slight chaos. Okay. Alrighty. The icy wind slowly comes to a stop. An azure lake gleams above the vast, tranquil snowfield. Kjerag's winters are cold, and the water freezes over naturally, yet its surface remains a mirror, softly reflecting the blue of the sky. A figure appears at the center of the lake. Char? Char? Is that you? Enya? Char? What should I call you? Char or Kjeragandr? Oh, you. Surely you haven't forgotten? Kjeragandr is what the people of the past name me. But Char shall always be the head maid to Lady Enya. Enya thought of many things she wanted to say during her long journey here. These thoughts swayed through her mind alongside all the questions she wants to ask, like a cup filled to the brim. From time to time it would make some noise, but now that she looks inside, after her eternity of waiting, she finds it dry, long dry. What should she say? What could she say? The friend she was searching for stands before her, her warm hand caressing her cheeks and tip of her nose, just like she always did. While I can't say it's entirely unexpected, I'm still pleasantly surprised you managed to find this place in the end. I was really worried about you, Char. I didn't know where you went, and the people were terrified after the catastrophe struck. I had no choice but to go on a pilgrimage as a saintess. I went by many places before ultimately discovering these ruins atop Mount Carlan. Did you say you went on a pilgrimage this season? You idiot! Well, forgive me. As a maid, I should not speak to the saintess in such a manner. And yeah, I'm just glad you're alright. Her friend's voice is still as dear as it ever was. Char, those visions I saw just now, were they the drag of the past? They were. Those are my memories. Memories of when I walked the land alongside the people countless years ago. The tale of how the drag of then became the drag of today. You're here in the Forbidden Land of Kjeragandr's body. And so, through her eyes, you may witness history 1,000 years past. I'm in Kjeragandr's body? How should I explain it? You started my arm and crawled your way into my chest. This lake... is it an illusion? Is this the heart of Carlan? The heart of Carlan is actually the name of this lake, but you see how it was 1,000 years ago? At the time, in the depths of the mountains, there's a lake that remained unfrozen year-round. Desperate wanderers discovered this precious source of water, and there they took root and multiplied. In time, they came to see it as a heart. The heart pulsed, and Carlan's flesh began to grow. And so the people built an altar here, so that they may honor the miracle that Kjeragandr blessed them with. I saw the statues in the ruins. It was huge, exquisite, completely unlike the statue by Lake Subernerze that we referenced ancient texts for. Was it something only people who have seen the real you could have made? What are you, Char? Huh? Now that's a question and a half. What a headache. A very, very, very long time ago, I only knew that my body was massive, no different from the mountains and rivers themselves. The land once teemed with my kin. Before the darkness ascended, they already had names assigned to them by beings of the past. Fernmuts, children of the planet, lords of the land. In comparison, I'm not that much older than your most ancient civilizations. If you were to ask me, I prefer to see myself as a form of life. Really, I much prefer the name Kjeragandr. Unfortunately, I am not what the people crave. I am not a god who has the power over all. But they still treat you as one. They believe in the commandments you've given, and ascribe everything to you, good and bad. And those saintesses, that was not my intention. I once went to sleep for a time, but apparently, my departure terrified the people. As they tried to search for me to rouse me, they became lost. I sealed this place away in the hope that the people would forget this terrible mistake of the long past. I know that. Of course I do. You're not some evil, sinister spirit who would smile in the face of innocent girls freezing to death. Annie raises her hands, holding onto the warm hands cupping her cheeks. I'm not the god the people need, nor have I ever given any commandments. I'm nothing but another one of the lives born upon this land, born without rhyme or reason. How could I possibly have any wise words of survival to pass on? But when I took the form of a man and walked among you, I discovered to my surprise that, though your people are frail, you possess an innate, near instinctual power. One that allows you to help one another, to overcome all difficulties and survive upon this dangerous land. In your language, this power is known as virtue. So, that's how it all came to be. It was not I who taught you, but rather, it was you who taught me the meaning of life. As for the name of Kjeragandr, and the form that represents her, those are creations of man. But I do not believe them to be lies. The name of Kjeragandr is how the power you wield manifests itself. Nothing more. Yo, waking up and seeing all the frozen statues. Yeah, that's a rude wake-up call. And that's why she sealed the place. I think this is a Kjeragandr you seek. And so she said, my path is, in the end, your path. People tried to confirm her appearance, but ultimately they were only attempting to see clearly who they themselves were. But the paths people walk, for the most part, are not level roads. Most of the time, they're like confused burden beasts, circling about the same place over and over. The people of Trag once brought you back among us, so that our faith was steadied. Char, will you come back? And yeah, I think I can't stay by your side this time around. But you promised me. You told me that you wouldn't just leave all of a sudden, that you wouldn't simply straight you away. Enya, listen to me, Enya. I'm afraid I have to break my promise this time. But I never meant to lie to you, never. You're my friend. Out of countless years and countless people. My one and only friend. I wanted to accompany you forever, until the end of your days. I even thought I would be the one left behind, to endure our separation. But what happened? What could possibly have happened to force you to leave? There is no such thing as an eternal union. Parting is simply a matter of time. And my time has come. That is all. I just didn't want the day to come so quickly. Things happen at their most suited hour. You're unlike the other children who call out my name. You're not some helpless girl waiting for my answers as you were pushed about. I started out the same as them. I do want to know what fell from the sky that hurt her. But now, you walk the path of your own choosing. You're able to find the solution in your own heart. You're the bravest. You braved the great trials I know nothing of, experienced great danger I could not help you with. And now, you stand before me. You are my Enya, my sweet, sweet Enya. You're the little burden beast who managed to jump the fence. You have a heart that resists all discipline and a bright, witty mind. You're the first saintess to come prey with resentment and bitterness in her heart. The snows of Carlon are tall and far, as pure white and stacked clouds. The wind blows from deep ravines, gently sweeping by the great land of Trag. Snowflakes fall from the wind's embrace and melt with the spring. They travel through Carlon streams into the lakes, then seep into the depths of the earth. From there, the sun's rays lift the water, the mist returning to the horizon. They pile up into clouds before turning into the next round of snow. Their hands refuse to let go of each other. The warmth they lean upon one another lights a spark in their bodies. Go, Enya. But where? Go drive away the last of the darkness, and usher in a new tomorrow. Good night, bestie. Go sleep. Have a nice rest. He deserves a vacation. The illusion disappears, like waking from a dream. The cave is still as gloomy as it was earlier. The saintess of Trag returns to the massive statue. Drive away the last of the darkness. Usher in a new tomorrow. Broken clumps of snow spiral around her before being dispersed by the wind. A single snowflake remains in the palm of her hand, a perfect, flawless hexagon. It does not melt nor flit through the air. It simply waits quietly like a guardian, unmoving for eons. New power unlocked. Best friend power. Not even asking me my opinion before giving this to me. You know I don't like taking the spotlight. You're just so willful. Thank goodness you're finally awake. Did I pass out? You did, both of you, when Enya touched that statue. You've been out for about 5 minutes. Oh, only 5 minutes, dang. I didn't think it would be that short of a time. I didn't think either. Did you see it? I did. I had a terrible nightmare. I was chasing down some game when my illness suddenly got a lot worse. My entire arm turned into stone. But then I saw someone who looked a lot like Kjeragandr, and she cured me in my dream. Then she comforted me. telling me the stone disease isn't Kjeragandr's punishment and that I'm not a bad girl. Saintess, could she have been Kjeragandr herself? We found her, right? We did. That must have been Kjeragandr you saw. What are you two talking about? How come I'm the only one who didn't see anything? Don't worry about it. She simply gave each of us the answer we needed. And yeah, maybe need to revise my hypothesis and calculations. If it wasn't a special vein of ore that protected Kjerag from catastrophe for millennium, add to that all we've seen in this cave, though I still can't bring myself to believe that in things like Fahrenheits, which are completely incompatible with our scientific system. Girl! You're also part of Rose Island. You can meet some. You really can meet some if you really want to. At least they're proxies. Or does she think, like, they're lying about being proxies? Or maybe she didn't hear that. But having eliminated everything else, then the only possibility left must be the truth, no matter how upset it may be. Enya, could you tell me? The Kjeragandr you saw, what was... The saintess stretches out her hand, softly stroking the perplexed woman's head, treating her like any other devotee who has come to her for confession. True, I guess they are kept secret what they are. It's still a funny thought. Fahrenheits can't be real. I can't explain what the Kjeragandr in our hearts is in scientific terms. But as a scientist, how could you possibly fear the unknown? I would never. Kjeragandr might not be something completely incompatible with science. Perhaps you discovered a little corner of a field that science has yet to set foot on? Oh shoot! When is it? When we were climbing the mountain, the catastrophe warning went up another level. Basically, within the next 3 hours, there's a 72% chance Kjerag will be hit by a second catastrophe. And yeah, we need to go and tell everyone to evacuate right away. We won't make it in time. I still have one last thing I must do. Wait, where are you going? Enya's new mission: drive out the darkness. Elena and Joanna follow along behind Enya, the three of them running through the passage they came through. At the entrance of the cave, they see a familiar figure once again. They're unsure why, but in the short time they were away, the old man seems to have aged 10 years.
I saw her and her footprints in the snow. I was an unforgivable, faithless man all along.
The elder of the Phi-MD court falls to the ground, as if all the strength has been sapped from him. I once enjoyed the tangling of love and pain alongside a friend, as we waited for daybreak to wash over the mountains. The road we walked was far longer than the road leading up Karlan. The saintess's finger traces out a shallow arc across the old man's forehead, from left to right. Her fingertip streaks across his graying brow, anointing him with an unmelted snow, like how the most pious of Kjerag clerics would dispel spirits and make prayers for newborn babes. I still remember her, the girl who would ask me to teach her, even when it came to darning clothes. How the living should be saved, how order should operate. You do not know, but she was also learning from you. She watches all you do. She wishes to walk with you, whether you walk down the right path or the wrong. She never meant to deny you. Her saintess has heard your confession, and in her name, absolves you of your sin of disbelief. By Kjeragandr, you walk with her. Unstoppable tears flow down his aged eyes. They seep into the earth like fallen snow. And now a promise is a promise. So no more talk about going after Silver Ash now. Prince Yotis. He's gonna come back to the others being like, guys, the deal's off. We're not gonna do the thing anymore. I've seen her. Oop. I must admit, I once looked down upon you and upon Chirag. The battleship behind you is the result of over a decade of painstaking nation building, though I'm not entirely sure why you changed your mind on keeping your secret weapon here concealed. But no matter, if one were to survey the entirety of Terra, how many people who could do all this, would one find? You've earned my praise, Silver Ash.
I thank your grace for your approval, but as I see it, what is more regretful is that if Victoria were so the mighty empire once was, you would not pay such heed to the profits you could extract from a measly speck such as Chirag.
I like Kjeragandr's approach with the mortals. Like Char's fine.
Who would have thought that the prediction that arrogant youth gave during that one banquet would become so dangerously accurate? In the end, there are none who can save Victoria from its misfortune decline.
Though it's not hard to see where the history's river is taking you, to change its course requires the hand of fate on your side. There is pride to be had in your foresight. I've never been scornful of your talent. In all truth, I've had my fair share of wondering how things would have been now if I kept you in Victoria back then. Would you be a general with a name of Castor, or perhaps a famed Marquis? A future where I would not have curtailed whatever achievements you acquired. Regardless of the details, it would have been much better than the situation we find ourselves in now.
If this is what your grace truly believes, then I hope there is still the opportunity to accept such an invitation.
Oh? Don't make that sort of joke, or I might just start expecting it.
Ha ha.
I presume you've exhausted all the words of rancor in your heart to curse my dastardly cunning?
I never had any in the first place. If you lose a wager, you must pay. This is the most basic of preparations any player of this game would have made. Besides, you're simply here to retrieve the profits your own from the many years of trade between Victoria and Chirag. But no matter, I must ask you for coming here in person today to sign this agreement with me. You'll be giving Chirag a priceless opportunity.
Haha, a priceless opportunity? Let us return to the topic at hand. You being here must mean that you agree to all contents of the pact.
All contents? I'm afraid not. I must assent with the agreement's particulars.
Oh ho, you wish to bargain even at this hour? Alright then, let's hear it. What clauses do you disagree with?
I know you intend for Castor and Chirag to start a joint mining program so that you may partake in 40% of the extraction of Chirag's minerals, including originium and oiron. By my reckoning, this number should be increased to 80%.
Oh?
Chirag has ample mineral wealth, enough for the development of both our nations. Victoria will offer mining equipment and specialist training to Chirag as means of aid. And we are more than happy to welcome the workers and technology consultants you send. However, we will, from now on, not allow a single Victorian soldier to pass our borders. Ah yes. The one clause regarding the distribution of mineral extraction profits between Victoria and Chirag is as dictated by equal negotiation. I have my issues with that as well. Chirag shall have complete and absolute sovereignty over all its resources within our borders. Victoria has no right to interfere. In regards to Victorian aid, we give our thanks. Victoria shall enjoy preferential prices for all commodities Chirag sells her. Naturally, the aid you have offered shall be repaid in equivalent value, so Victoria must import a sufficient amount of goods from Chirag on an annual basis, the amount of which shall also be decided by Chirag. Don't be like this, Ensiotis. Such unreasonable demands will ill behoove once conceding defeat. Conceding defeat? I do not recall ever uttering such words during my time aboard the Gloriana.
Ha. Why exactly do you think I would agree to your revisions? You've lost your mind.
I have faith that you will agree.
Ooh. What in the...
This is the bargaining chip I have brought with me today. I'm terribly sorry. We're the belief that using military force to dictate a bilateral agreement is hardly reasonable. But this may be the only form of negotiation you are willing to accept.
What was that? Who's firing at us? It's a battleship. Damn it. There's only one. There's only the one. How can it have that much firepower?
No, it's not it. It looked like the cannon fire came from the mountains.
She underestimated him. Keep them coming. Keep those hands moving. Don't give the Victorians a chance to breathe. You there, Big Eye. Can't you release shells any faster?
On it, ma'am. You shouldn't be moving about so much. Russ, you need to mind your health.
Shut it. Ensioda's stashed some lovely things up here in the mountains, and I finally have a good opportunity to play with these new toys. On my order, aim at Cassie's flagship, then fire. Let them get a taste of Kjeragandra's protection. Yucatan, happy wife, happy life.
Madam Sierras, the mission Sir Yoda's entrusted us with was intimidating Castor's fleet. Please keep in mind that he is still aboard the Gloriana. If you do not follow the plan, I shall be forced to stop you.
I know. Sheesh, can't even take a joke. These are the secrets my sister and Enciodas had been keeping quiet about this whole time. You really are something, Vice. The Victorians were scouring the mountains for Enciodas' arsenal, but they never would have expected it was right in front of their eyes, in our logistics vehicles. I can't believe she hid this even from me. Matos, the next time I see you, I'm going to.
This was the most crucial mission Sir Enciodas gave me. These weapons, their scale, their very existence is Shrag's greatest secret, even now. We still need to keep quiet about them. Our biggest trump card is that the Victorians have no idea how much military power we have. We need to keep Castor's judgment off balance. Nobody can really say what would happen if her fleet really did take one step forward, after all.
I'm well aware of the situation right now. You don't need to explain it to me bit by bit. Ratos, this time, make sure you take care of yourself.
Your Grace, we still have no way of confirming the artillery's whereabouts. We have for all ships to enter defense mode. No need for your report. All you need to know is that, at this very moment, there are enough large-scale cannons in Mount Carlon to shred the entirety of your fleet. All your ships are within range. You think 2 shells is enough for me to believe you have the power to annihilate my fleet? D5, east, 200 meters.
The moment Encioda speaks, the precision shell lands by the eastern flank of the Gloriana. The blast wave lifts up the hems of the pair's clothes. And now will be overkill if the Saint just makes a miracle happen. Like a catastrophe comes and the Saint just stops it, then Nancy would be like, okay, you know what? I'm leaving now.
It seems there's no need for further proof.
Surely, this weaponry is not the product of your own research. Which of them has been helping you? Galadin? Normandy?
Is that really such an important question right now? You may cut off Kjerag's connections to our allies, but we have our ways of finding new ones.
Such painstaking effort just for your opening.
Merely tactics we were forced to use. With such limited time, Kjerag's military development had no choice but to pursue another specialization. Even if we were given another 10 years, I fear Kjerag would still be unable to muster up a fleet that could stand up against yours. But it seems your formidable vessels have made you forget that in the battlefield is not only a clash between warships. Kjerag only means to defend ourselves, and we have no intention of robbing other nations of their coin. So compared to high-speed battleships, we went for the more suitable option. Our mountains form a natural barrier. When lined with artillery, they serve as a natural shield. An aegis you have no hope of breaking. But when all is said and done, if you had not prematurely treated these negotiations as a surrender, you would not have fallen to such passivity.
Humph. I like how that's her reaction, just humph. Then, you determined to open hostilities with me today.
Hardly. Just as how your fleet did not come here with intent to wage war against with drag, my goal today is to simply facilitate a discussion. I too have prepared an agreement for you. It contains various clauses on things such as tariffs between Victoria and Drag, and our joint mining projects. You may look over it now. Once you sign it, Drag will be happy to escort you back safely to Victoria. You think you can threaten me like this, child? Too radical a stance, and at the negotiating table will only serve to betray your lack of confidence. If I call your bluff and order my ships forward, then things will get ugly. It would be an incredible shame. I considered this possibility before I came to these talks. It's just that if people far in the future were to discuss how the Duke of Castor and some insignificant nobody died fighting each other in the snow, why? That would certainly bring shame to the Castor name, perhaps even all of Victoria. But in Drag, if I am gone, there are countless others who will do what I would have done. They will continue developing Drag until she has become a nation none can sneer at. I know that accepting such an unfair agreement must also be a difficult choice for you. I can give you half an hour, but know this. For every minute you hesitate, all energy prices mentioned in the agreement will increase. Just a little.
Great.
A condition Victoria cannot refuse. This is the price you must pay for traveling across our land.
I love the difference. She's like, I'm gonna give him 6 hours. I'm gonna give her 30 minutes. And increase the price bit by bit. There's just so much blood. Taken breaker.
She needs emergency treatment. You got any more bandages here?
I'll go find some. Taken breaker, how do you get so hurt?
She held off 17 Trobiashers by herself. She's something, alright. The enemy retreated for now, so my team will take over guarding this place from her.
But there's still so many Victorian soldiers out there. Won't you?
I'll keep going until my mission is complete.
Where people are going to get hurt. Is something going on outside again?
Let me reconfirm. Orders are to carry out a frontal assault on the Vine-Bead Court, assault the Vine-Bead Court and rescue the abducted Victorian citizen, and capture Ratos who might be carrying key military secrets of Trag. Acknowledged. All hands, load live ammunition. We storm the court. You. Before you is holy ground. None may enter as they please. Please leave. If you don't wish to be harmed, then let us through. That is an order. Are you refusing?
It's like your order on whose land?
You obeyed your orders in coming here. So too do we obey Kjeragandr's commands as we do the same. Let us follow our hearts and do what we must do.
Look at her new drip. Anya's changed into her most solemn of clothes, treading once more into the road that tested the saintesses. She thinks of the countless saintesses of millennium ago who walked this rocky path. Her every step echoes with theirs across the ages. What wishes did they carry with them when they met with the Kjeragandr of their hearts? Did any of them question the existence of their god, and did any of them receive her favor? As for her, how did she climb this mountain the first time around? It was such a long time ago. The emotions she felt have become hazy. Her memories of the time have begun to deform. Anya never thought this road could be so smooth, so friendly. As if she were taking a relaxing walk home or preparing to go meet a dear friend whom she'd not seen in a long while. Almost there. The gray-yellow sky is covered in thick clouds, streaked with faint lightning. The chill winds have picked up. She finally reaches the summit. Anya kneels, shuts her eyes, and begins to pray. She's doing the thing. look at the snow. If you can still hear my voice, if you're still the merciful Kjeragandr who loves all men who live here, my beloved Kjeragandr, this is the last time. I ask that you hear my prayer. I've asked countless times what made Kjerag, what made us the way we are. Your existence might not be the answer to this question, but it's still a small miracle, one to rejoice in. I want to believe that the things you left upon this land are blessings, not shackles. Throughout the centuries, you have accompanied our civilization as it grew, as a loving and wise teacher. And centuries from now, the people of this land will have the power to move mountains and touch the sky, and they shall still praise your name. We remember your kindness. We'll thank you for your companionship. We will leave the cradle of your protection. I ask that you allow me to be your vicar, so that I may protect Kjerag one last time. This is my final prayer. Light shines from her palm, a gentle force calms the raging wind, stilling even the flow of time itself across this ancient land. The catastrophe clouds begin to scatter. The dread disaster about to strike the land has been subdued by some awesome might. I like the description, some awesome might. The clouds part, showering the devout woman in a kindly radiance. The wind stops.
A catastrophe alert? That's some good timing. We only just installed this warning device, and it's already coming in handy. We need to inform the government to evacuate people right away. Oh no, the danger level. The alert stopped all of a sudden. But how? The steep drop in originium energy fluctuations. Are the monitors broken or?
Ta-da! Yep, she was definitely an overworked mother trying to teach her children lots of manners. And that's why Enya's her first friend.
But Kjeragandr.
The old man hobbles along the rugged trail, walking towards the depths of the mountains. It is where he has consigned himself to. He stopped by the side of a cliff.
Why do you wish to jump? All my life, I've lived a lie. I should have been her servant, but I deceived her, deceived myself. It was my arrogance, my impiety, that led me down this undignified and evil road. I cannot forgive myself. All I can do is end this sinful life.
But if this is how you go, all the snows can do is bury your body. They can't cover up your mistakes. No confession comes too late. You need only repent in your heart, and you'll be reborn. You know, I can't quite recall. Kjeragandr. Is that what she said? As Kjerag's most knowledgeable elder, there's so much you can do, right?
You...
The sky suddenly clears, the fierce sunlight dazzling the old man's eyes. He sees the rays of light tear through the clouds. His chest too seems to burn.
Is this a miracle?
Just this once, Enya. From now on, everything really is in your hands. Sorry, when the time is right, I'll come see you. And now to go eep.
This is your final warning.
This operation is not targeted at Kjerag civilians. Please leave immediately. If you refuse to cooperate, we cannot guarantee your safety. The officer raises his blade high as he gives the civilians a stern warning, but none of them budge. Soon, more and more people begin to gather. Clerics, craftsmen, herdsmen, merchants. They stand across from the soldiers by their own accord, forming a silent wall. One person squeezes out from the crowd. She raises her hands, walking between the two groups. Several operators dressed in Rose Island uniforms follow behind her. I'm the hostage you said that you're going to rescue. The people of Kjerag never abducted me. In fact, it was the Victorian agents who trapped me in there, trying to destroy the evidence. I have a Victorian operations in Chirag. They even harm the people trying to protect me. All the evidence you want so badly, is hidden somewhere you cannot touch. If you make any further moves, it will be immediately released to the public. If you still want to silence me, then do as you will. Yeah, keep polishing my nose. Be the finest of Terra. And that'll make that one old guy happy too. He'd be like, hell yeah, she approves of my polishing. But these crimes you've committed on sovereign Chirag land, under the banner of nobility, you'll never be able to cover them up. We're not any sort of superior civilization. We're just better at cheating and swindling. Just stop it already. This farce. The gloomy sky suddenly clears as everyone lifts their heads. The clouds covering the heavens disperse, replaced by a rainbow spanning the horizon. And so, all cruelty and fear are wiped from the hearts of men. The sunlight dazzles the eyes as if it were advice or perhaps deterrent. The soldiers cannot help but lay down their arms.
Time is short. I'm afraid that things will not turn for the better if you delay. What is your Grace's decision? I'm suddenly reminded of something you once said. I could never imagine that sort of power a united nation might possess. Is today the day I get to experience it for myself? Would you see it's but one minute aspect of it? I mean, one minute aspect of it. If you ever have the chance to deepen your understanding of her, I believe you'll be very much pleasantly surprised. In truth, this is a topic I only fully understood long after I left Victoria. Perhaps it can also answer the question you posed to me: why once great empires become feeble, and how poor lands can stand tall. A nation's government, its institutions, whether its leader is the Lord of Lions or the Parliament, whether Saintis or the clans. These are important things to consider, yes, but the crux shall forever be the people. Just as a great navigator cannot hope to lead a whole pocked flotilla forward, no leader can change the fate of a nation using solely their own strength. You say that, yet your words do not agree with your actions. Were you not prepared to change the destiny of Chirag all in your own two hands? With your own two hands? I believe in the people who live upon the land, this land, people of faith. I know you've devised all sorts of means to confirm the mysterious power of the famed Kjeragandr truly does protect Chirag. What you see, what blocks your way, is indeed Kjeragandr's might. Ha ha. You're the same as you ever were. Still, so full of mettle, so eager to display yourself. Impressive. This little gamble of yours has managed to get the better of me. But this time, I will not let you off easy the way I do with mediocre men. And so... Huh? What is that?
Time to troll Auntie some more. The people on the deck look to the distance. They see the thick clouds layered across the sky be torn apart by some divine power. They see the ancient Mount Carlon, bathed in radiance. It is a beautiful sight, enough to stir the hearts of people and inspire reverence. It is her wrath. Is it her wrath or her mercy? The word holy might never have come to the minds of the irreligious, but at this moment, the same thought blooms in the hearts of all. This is a pure land, one that must not be violated.
Your Grace, our intelligence indicates that this Kjeragandr has already vanished from Chirag. But we cannot confirm what is causing this phenomenon in the sky. What should we do, Your Grace?
And she's not gone, she's just sleeping. It's like, yeah, you said the protection was gone?
I had wanted to see this gamble through, but unfortunately, they've added one last weight to the balance, and we cannot stop the scales of victory from pointing their way. What more can we even do? Sound the retreat. She's like, shit! Kjeragandr's not even gone! You guys fucking lied to me!
Like, dealing with Eziotis, it's one thing. But dealing with Kjeragandr, nah, I ain't dealing with that. Oh man, I kinda wish that that Harold could have seen that. I wonder how he would have reacted to. Arrival. Whispers and fragments of finality. A single boat that escaped the flood that sweeps all. Good luck, Tara. I like that. Good luck, Tara. Just good luck.
Saintus. The clerics who followed the sinner, also, and betraying the Phi-MD court have all pled guilty. They're currently being kept in another one of our states, awaiting your judgment. How do you intend to punish them, great Saintess?
The great hall is deserted. The seats lie bare, even though they are full most days. Only a single young cleric sits before her, awaiting her word with a bowed head. I have heard of what happened during the unrest. They were led astray by Adso, and did much wrong, but I believe their hearts were always focused on defending Trag. Them stepping forward to confront the intruders is atonement enough. There's no moral or logical reason to sentence them to heavy punishment. Have them go about the lands of the 3 clans. It is their duty to help the people complete this winter's farm work. They are also to examine themselves and ask how the scriptures they recite every day can be put into practice. Make them do community service. When spring comes, they may return to the court.
Yes, your holiness.
Is there anything else?
Great Saintess, if I may be so bold as to ask you for guidance. During your pilgrimage, did you hear Kjeragandr's will?
Why do you ask? Have you forgotten that we should not demand that she show herself? The cleric lowers his head even further, hesitantly speaking further.
The people believe that when the Victorians invaded, she worked another miracle and scared them into retreating. I don't know why, but I feel like it was more of a wave goodbye. I think maybe around the time that the catastrophe happened, Kjeragandr had already left us. If you wish to punish me for my impurity, Saintess, I will also...
Nah, dude. You have good intent. You have good intuition. Matthew. You're Matthew, correct? Can you tell me why you decided to join the court?
When I was younger, my parents had 5 children to feed, and our fields were not up for the task. They decided to send me, the youngest, to the court. They would save on having to feed one more mouth, and it'll be fed by the court as well. I studied hard, of course. I've been carefully reciting the Kjeragandr these past few years, studying all of her teachings. But I've seen Trag change a lot since then. There are too many things I've never heard of, things that are not even the Kjeragandr can explain. I thought that, as long as we had enough to eat and a roof over our heads to keep out the wind and snow, we would live out our days in happiness. But why is it now that when we have those things, that we become even more lost? Saintess, could it be that the people of Trag have stayed too far from the road she has shown us, which led Kjeragandr to leave us?
When has Kjeragandr ever shown her people one specific road to follow? When the first peoples came from these mountains, using their picks to split the frozen ground and their axes to hew trees for homes, they could never have imagined that today the people of this land would have fixed their gazes upon the stars. But equally, Kjeragandr has never promised us a land of purity, eternally free from disaster. We'll face ever greater dangers, seeking our way through all kinds of trials. Until one day, we arrive before her, and we ask her questions about ourselves.
But your holiness, Kjeragandr is the greatest sage, our teacher, our leader. Does she truly have no commands of her people?
It is not a command per se, but consider for a moment, the most important wisdom Kjeragandr gave us has already been written in our scripture long ago, has it not? Remember the path you walked, and let not yourself forget. Fear the blizzard that is yet to come, and let not yourself be arrogant. Clutch your bows and arrows, pickaxes and hoes tight, and let not yourself be careless. Love your brothers and sisters, love your neighbors and friends, and love the rocks and hills, the grass and trees, as you would love your own siblings. Heed these words, and no calamity shall prevail over you, and your home and hearth will be safe forevermore. Words of wisdom. Thanks, Char. Still busy, Elena? Director Silence? I heard you're still handling the observation data from before. Hope I'm not disturbing you. I'm recalculating my models using the data I got on Mount Carlon. If it all goes well, we should be able to get the precise location of where that extraterrestrial object fell in Trag. It beats running across the mountains looking for it. This is a major discovery. It's all thanks to your courage and determination. You've done well, Anna. You don't need to praise me for doing my job, Director. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh right, heard anything you've about Carolyn? Shakes head. We still haven't managed to find her, but our investigation over the last few days found a lot of definitive proof that she was in Trag as a spy. I'm sorry, but we have to admit, those accusations against her were true. I remember the time I worked with her. Her face whenever she talked about the sky. I don't think you can fake this sort of passion. I don't understand why she would. Ideals and future are beautiful words, weightless and romantic, without form or substance. But the people who are the vectors of those concepts, they're still weighed down by the gravity of reality. I hope that one day you'll have the chance to ask her yourself. I almost forgot. I read your report. Coordination academics could never get past the theoretical stage when discussing Fahrenweights, since they never found any real proof of them. Most people write those creatures off as mystical mumbo-jumbo. But now, you managed to find actual Fahrenheit biosignatures in Trag. These incredibly rare observation data might even lead to a massive breakthrough. It'll be a significant step forward for you to be the one to publish this discovery. Thanks, Director, but I don't really have plans to publish it at the moment. Oh? Is there something else you're worried about? Oh, forget it. Leaving aside the fact that this was a complete coincidence and I only stumbled across this stuff with the help of 2 friends, I haven't discovered anything amazing at all. Besides, our current understanding of the Fahrenweights can barely even be considered superficial. I can't imagine publishing this would bring about anything except more of a headache for Trag. Which is true. If she publishes that, everyone's gonna rush her and be like, ooh, I want to research now. If a thirst for knowledge is a scientist's greatest friend, then a thirst for quick results is their greatest enemy. Yeah, she views the existence of Fahrenweights as absurd, but Elena, my dear, you study the stars. Or her family studies the stars. Maybe that's why she's extra awkward about that kind of stuff. She's like, it reminds me of my family's kind of thing. She says, oof. Eagerness for success, eagerness for leaving behind your name in the books, even eagerness for an answer, something to prove you're on the right track. But I won't rush things this time. I'm not in a hurry to prove myself to anyone. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. These people of the past made lots of mistakes as they explored Terra. Why do I need to try to be a wise woman who hasn't made any? I still got plenty of time. Before I head off, I need to recognize that I don't know a thing about Terra. An impressive outlook. I respect your choice. Wow, look at how much she matured from her past record. How hasty she was with her experiments data. For how she got infected. Oh shucks, I'm not impressive at all. Honestly, I just want more time to make sure this survey is the best it can be. This way, I will make a fool of myself publishing a half-baked paper. Oh, the calculations are done. Got it. We'll find it at... At where? At where? Oi, don't cut off! How freaking dare you?
Is he still not back yet? I thought you still had some recuperating to do before you can get out of bed. No need to worry about me. You don't know a thing about a warrior's medal. It seems he had his way in the end.
The two of them look around. The vast office feels more spacious than ever, much of its former decor having been moved out. The conversation echoes slightly in the empty space.
Hardly the first time. I was curious to see how you plan to clean up this mess you left behind. But it seems the plan was to just dump it all on you. It sounds like you have your complaints about him as well. Would you believe if I said I'm fighting on your behalf? I never actually expected him to return. It's the same story every time. He always has his way of getting everyone to do what he wants, whether they're his enemies or friends and family. Never caring about what others think, I was making his own schemes, giving tasks nobody wants to the people around him. Then shouldering the hardest part himself. You're the last one still putting in a good word for him. In moments like these, I can only understand Enya and Encia's urge to slam his head against the ground. Alright, enough grumbling now. Moving on then, there's only one set of shoulders. The heavy responsibility of handling Carlin trade can fall on now. Do your best, Chairman Edelweiss. I wish you the very best in your new position. I thank you for your kindness, but I am currently considering creating a special position for the Black Knight. Director of Public Relations, perhaps, or maybe a brandy ambassador, things like that. Just know that it won't be light work.
That's smart to give her Director of Public Relations. Everyone likes her the most.
Alright, defeat me, and I'll take the job, right here, right now. I forfeit. Nothing you can do about it then. Take care now, Chairman Gnosis. Wait, Dagon Breaker. Are you going to leave? I know not everything happening right now is as he promised. Making Chirag big enough for the both of us. That's what he said. Well, the stage he set for us is hardly small. What he asks us to do is not as we first intended. So if you're feeling wary of all this... Time flies. I've been working for him for a while now. Now that I think about it... Enjoying myself? Hardly. Feeling wary? I would not go that far. But there was one thing off about your little speech. The ones standing in this room are not Enciotis' subordinates or his attendants, and are certainly not cubs that need his care. We were never waiting for him to create something for us, nor were we expecting something in return from him. We each walk our own roads that just happen to go the same way for a while. So if there's anything you really can't get done without me, come find me. Huh. But there's one thing I will not compromise on. No promotion ceremonies.
I like the interactions. That's cute. Harold and Castor in the same room that a messenger came to deliver this letter to the House of Castor from Clan Silverash. An invite to a banquet, and to be like, oh, for me, messengers is for Sir Harold. At least I can find him here. I would love that. Harold would be so happy. Friendly, polite man.
So we finally get the chance to meet Mr. Silverash.
Interesting, when did he get here?
I'm truly honored to receive you in person. I hope your trip to the Snow Realm has been smooth so far.
I love how there's a big Carlin Trade logo. This fireplace was brought to you by Carlin Trade.
Smoother than silk, aside from my secretary banning me from skiing. That one's a mighty shame. First of all, I'd like to thank you. When I was talking with our scientists, they all gave rave reviews when it came to Carlin Trade providing them a safe working environment and drag. Whether it's making sure that the observation station was supplied during the catastrophe, or protecting the scientists during the unrest, Chirag has shown the responsibility of a modern civilization should have. Ryan Labs' preliminary work in Chirag is going smoothly, and you and your team deserve some recognition. We're merely doing our jobs. I hope this will make you believe just how much our cooperation with Columbia means to us. Chirag has made our preparations. We'll do all we can so that when the next terror-shaking wave strikes, we can seize opportunity. Future. It's a word that really captivates people. From a certain point of view, Columbia and Chirag are both young nations. I believe there are times that youth isn't such a bad thing. Because it's the young who have the courage and energy to embrace the future one step ahead of the others. Oh right, on my way to Chirag, I heard about a little incident that really surprised me. I hear your Chirag had a little friction with Victoria's Duke of Castor a few days ago.
A few days ago? He just missed all the drama.
So I want to ask, do you think Victoria is a credible threat to Chirag and to the safety of Rhine Lab? Please believe me when I say that Columbia is willing and able to work alongside Chirag to preserve the international order among the core nations. If you're interested, I thank you for your kindness, Mr. Vice President. Victoria's our neighbor, and they've always kept a close watch on Chirag's development. On this point, the same as Colombia. Oh, I hope that's not meant to be criticism. Haha, since competition and friction are unavoidable, Chirag has no intention of complicating such matters. What I hope for more is to be able to have an open and sincere dialogue between us. The ancient land of Chirag still has many mysteries that urgently need resolving. We must keep in mind that this is the very reason we are seeking cooperation. History and religion, ancient mysteries full of charm. One of the rumors I heard said the Duke called the retreat because she saw Chirag's protector god Kjeragandr work a miracle at a pivotal moment. The Duke of Castor is a shrewd politician. A mere miracle would not sway her, I'm afraid. It is simply that she realized if she wanted to achieve her political goals in Chirag, she would have to pay a much higher price than she anticipated. This is why she abandoned the idea of making us her foe. A brilliant gambit, I must say, but in the eyes of others, this is also a signal. Within the landscape of the core nations, a new state has risen, and Chirag stands ready for the next round of competition, which will be crueler than ever. Do you think this is what you intended? Rather than saying this is any of one person's desire, I would rather say that it's the inevitable outcome. Terra cannot give Chirag the time we need to develop, and since competition and conflict are unavoidable, showing our neighbors our determination is not necessarily bad. It will let them know that Chirag will not give up the chase simply because we have lagged behind a moment, nor will we lose heart in defending our interests because of our lack of military power. Through competition, advanced development, amidst conflict, seek peace. This is Chirag's choice. You sure something, Mr. Silverash. You're like a seasoned statesman when it comes to all sorts of things. Might be a bit bold, but would you mind one last question? You resign your position as chairman of Carlin Trade, and you maintain the legitimacy of the Phi-MD court in Chirag. What would you say your role in the country is?
Oh, you think that might be Friston's daughter?
A determined, proactive reformer, or a powerful warlord, or maybe the true power behind Chirag, hidden in the shadows? I'm afraid this is not a question I can answer for you, Mr. Vice President. When people in the distant future discuss this period of history, see if they still remember the Silverash name. I hope they will see the name of one of the countless stones forming the foundation of Chirag's ascent into the coming era.
The mass is deserted. All is arranged as it was, yet shines as if new. Standing here once more brings only a sense of a lifetime of having passed by.
Master, you returned. I have. Are my sisters not here? The young mistresses were unaware that you would be returning today. If I had known, I would have asked them to stay. How long has it been since you last had a meal together? No need to trouble yourself. There will always be time later. I think I should take a little break today. It's been a long while since my last. Then I'm afraid I shall have to trouble you with another matter. As it so happens, you have just received a telephone call.
I guess true, the president and VP's designs can fool a person who has no context in Colombia, except the bird has all the medals. So you can tell the bird is truly the esteemed one.
Is it a telephone? One of those long-distance information transfer? One of those newfangled Colombian toys? Will you be receiving it now?
Newfangled Colombian toys and telephones.
Connect me. Ah yes, I thought it might be you. All is well here, thanks to your aid with the prior matter. It was of highest importance to Chirag. A victory. I don't believe we should call it that. Our patient setup and long-term build-up are receiving the outcome they deserve, nothing more. Save your suspense over victory or defeat for the next time we meet across the board.
I'd want to see Auntie Alter. Heck, Charles would be fun too. Ooh, what's going on here? Chirag Researcher A and Chirag Researcher B. I also want to see Oakenberry. Give me Oakenberry. If I can't see Oakenberry here in this epilogue. I'm so nosy.
Surface temperature 18.7 degrees, stable. Radioactivity index 97.5, stable.
All indices within safe limits. Target is stable. Proceed with sampling. Well, I guess this is what landed on Terra. By Kjeragandr, this really is something that fell from outer space. Don't think we get to see it for ourselves.
By Kjeragandr indeed. Our Shirag's been changing a little too fast, I feel like.
Hello? Elena, can you hear me? How are you doing in there, hunky-dory? I don't feel too great, honestly. This new model of power armor, still not too used to it. Everything's gone dark in here. I think I might have hit a power switch or something by accident. Wait, it's you, Dr. Muses. You're blocking the camera. Oopsie, sorries. Look, there's no need to be so nervous. Most of the armor's functions are automated. Just imagine you're wearing a nice thick hazmat suit. Also, Nasty promised me that the model has 100% reliable emergency eject function. It'll shoot you out of safety the moment it smells trouble. It'll shoot me out? What if I go too high or something? No, this really isn't the time to worry about that. Seriously, relax a little. This is your career's big moment, you know. You should be enjoying it. Alrighty then, already? I've gotten this far. Alright, let's do this. Making first contact. Deep within the mountains hides a clearing range. Clearing rarely set foot in by man. The mysterious object that fell from the heavens lies in the center of the clearing. Surrounding it are countless probes and sensors, like some ancient altar. Elena slowly moves the power armor forward. It looks like an egg to me. She can sense countless eyes boring holes into her, even through the cockpit. Everyone awaits this historic first contact. The irregular indigo object is right in front of her. Elena takes a few deep breaths, then slowly stretches out her hands. If the egg hatches, assuming it's an egg, maybe it'll imprint on her. The robotic arms make contact with it. There's no explosion, or flash of light, or unexpected activity. It is like an ordinary handshake, as gentle as a snowflake falling to the ground. So far, so good.
We've got the preliminary analysis of the sample. Chief Urbica.
What's it say?
The results are really surprising. We have no idea what 70% of its composition is. It's not any sort of material known to man, but it seems like its structure has been severely damaged. As for the remaining 30%, we're sure that there is fundamentally no difference between its main components and the somatic cells of Terra's elves.
Did you say elves? But why? Why would elves come from outer space?
It might be completely unimaginable, but based on what we've seen from the sample, the conclusion is clear.
If we're sure this is part of it, it's just like an elf, then wouldn't the damage to its structure mean that it ran into some sort of danger before it fell? Yo, Muses, look, it's your cousin! So this is the meteorite you're looking for? And, Saintess, what are you doing here? Shh, not too loud. I snuck out of the court. I could hardly miss a chance to see our guest from beyond the sky up close. It seems rather more dangerous than I imagined. Unknown objects always have a certain amount of danger. Its fall into Trag was it pure coincidence or some sort of unexpected factor? Or to put it another way, what sort of casual relationship does it have with Kjeragandr's dormancy? Right now, we don't even know where to start with our research. The life of a scientist is bitter work indeed. Oh, I hope it's not the thing that eats stars. Uh-oh. Kill it before it hatches. Oh? What is the screen for? It's a sonographic imager. Based on our observations, this unknown object is constantly sending out a type of infrasonic wave. It's very regular, always repeating across the same frequency band. How curious. If it weren't for your explanation, I would have thought it was some kind of writing. Writing? The shape of this frequency closely resembles ancient Chirag symbols that were used to transmit information. It's very simple, with an extremely limited vocabulary. It's mostly carved in rocks or trees to inform your friends of the prey's location or the movements of a fierce beast, that sort of information. The similarities are striking now that I think more about it. And yeah, can you read this language? Can you translate it? Only somewhat. If you want to decipher it, I'll have to go back to the Hall of Writings to find memory and symbols. I've got it here. Huh? When I snuck into the Baily court, I scanned all the books and let you borrow the whole way through with my terminal, just in case. Aha, here. I didn't think you would. I'm begging you, Enya, please. Alright, I'll give it a try. Enya takes the terminal from Elena, and with some guidance, she finds the relevant text. She looks at the diagrams in the ancient tome, writing out her translation in the snow with her finger. Destruction has arrived. Wow, what a nice message! Thanks! Oof! Well, it seemed nice at first, and then destruction has arrived. Yep. Good luck. Ouch, ouch, ouch. All is doomed. They need to band together. All the nations need to band together now, even more so than ever. Just E. And don't mind me, I'm just gonna try my luck. Yo, Enya. Enya, you wanna come home? That'd be so nice. Like, sheesh. You mentioned the good luck is not stand by or stand ready for my arrival, but instead, stand ready for the arrival. Yeah, it's not if they're coming, it's when they're coming. They are coming. Enya! Is it Enya? Am I gonna get Enya after the event? I'm scared. Please don't be around. I'm spook of someone else. My scientist! Have I proved myself worthy? Hey, Doberman. Hey, Ansel. Hey, Snow Hunter. I believe in her, taking out a beast 3 times the height of a grown man with a single shot. Now who'll it be? Yes, I'll get plushies of Kjeragandr. I'll get Kjeragandr's cloak and everything. Kjeragandr. Hey, Beagle. And now who's it? Hi, Mantra. Hi. I just say I want all the nations to band together, and she is powerful, but hi, hi, Mantra. You know, I'm not gonna hate this. It's fine. We cool. My scientist just got lost along the way. Woohoo! Hi, Anso. There's the hope. Hey, Moose. Yeah, still got a week. And then I'll whip out the wallet. Hey, Mir. That was funny. Hi, Jessica. And hi, more Snow Hunter. Ta-da! Woohoo! More Snow Hunter. You're having more copies of her. And a mantra. Fantastic. That was nice. I love how badly Anticaster got trolled during the event. That was like the best part. All the shock for her. Her having to retreat. Be like, you know what? Not worth pushing forward. Dragon Breaker was a true badass during the event. Though, I really wish we could have seen Oak and Berry. I want to see the bebes. I'm so nosy. Let me see the bebes. I feel like it's probably the Star Eaters right now that's probably gonna head over. Though if it is the other elf in space as like one of Priestess's allies, that'll be interesting too. But holy cow. What? What an ominous thing. What an ominous ending. I also am kind of hoping that, you know, Russ can see your sister. It'd be nice seeing them meet up again. Sirius and Ratos. And oh, Arctos. At least he learned to be more calm. He's like, you know what? I understand now. My bad, guys. Teehee. No need to get bonked. But yeah, I gotta do those extra stages later on. But overall, I feel satisfied, so woohoo! E for being able to finish this event. Oh, next will be... It'll be interesting seeing the Tales stuff later. Oh man, the intensity of tomorrow is gonna be fun. So incredibly fun. The Tales of within the sand. Yep, gotta mentally prepare for tomorrow. I wanna get rid of these bugs in my room. There's been too many flies at work and at home. At least it only attacked me one time today. At home. I work throughout the entire day, but it's okay. I'm surviving. Though I'll hop off for now, just farm on my own time. So with that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day at Luck. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Woohoo for getting a new operator. Wonderful. Lovely. Maybe someday I'll get my Saintess. That'd be nice. Imagine getting the Saintess. By Kjeragandr.